Hello, everyone. It's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah.
All right, hello, True Heel Heat. I'm the AEW World Champion MJF. Just in case you're deaf, dumb, blind, stupid, or since you listen to this podcast, or you're listening to True Heel Heat, and I apologize for that.
Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for AEWramble 170. Guess who's back in business? Reviewing the October 30th Fright Night edition of AEW Dynamite as only we can. And to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague, the man of 55,000 subscribers. You go to him for your TV and movie reviews, as well as your honest criticisms every Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time on the best AEW Dynamite review in the lands, the honest criticisms of Tony Khan and All Elite Wrestling, the man of 1001 Yankee Fitteds. It is Jimmy Macram.
Goddamn Yankees. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, not a good week to mention that. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh.
I see. I've been so disconnected because I'm all the way over here. If I was, in my usual home in the Bronx, I would have felt that. I would have felt that even more.
Fucking jarring. It's the worst ending I've ever seen in my life. Oh well. Fuck it.
It happens. It happens to the best of them. But Yankees can't cry too much. It was a good year. Good year. They made it back to the World Series. It's one step closer.
It's very true.
Got to take the good with the bad. But yes, we are live. We are back. One of my favorite times of the week. I enjoy Thursdays and Sundays for the True Heel Heat flagship podcast because I always have a good time talking some graps, talking some AEW with Jimmy Macram. And it is a lot better when the show is better than last week. Last week, I don't want to read that was a bad time. But yes, we're going to talk about last night's Fright Night Dynamite. We appreciate y'all for joining us live. We appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping the thumbs up on this video. You can share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And most of all, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys. Hear your thoughts on AEW Fright Night Dynamite. We'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel and AEWramble and me and Jimmy, you can send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that we see on screen with us here. And we always appreciate the support. We have one super chat that I don't see over here on the back end on StreamYard. So I had to go do my due diligence because I did see it. Thank you so much to Genesis J, who sent us a super chat donation before we were even live, like a couple of hours before we even went live here. He said, I will be at work at the time you review this, but fantastic AEW. Here's some love. MVP, Private Party, LVP. He gave it to, of course. No, he said LVJ because it's now the Chris Jericho award. He says LVP, LVJ is Chris Jericho.
Fair enough. He's on the short list of candidates.
It's like this man can't do anything right. That was like the most painless Jericho segment, and he's already getting the LVP before we even get started.
Fuck.
Oh, but yes, we got to talk about Fright Night Dynamite. So I appreciate y'all for joining us live here. Jimmy, what was kind of your how you feeling after last night's show? You seemed more pleasant than how we usually start before we go live.
I'm too tired to have any emotion. Yeah, after thinking about last night's show, I'm more pleasantly surprised, which is jarring because it wasn't a great fucking show. It was good enough, and disappointed at the lack of attention to detail. I think a lot of these angles could have been better on a road better paved, particularly the BCC and the Bucks. I feel like we left a lot on the bone there. I feel like I missed a couple episodes. What the fuck happened? When did they know the BCC were going to murder them? Why is the tag team titles the only thing keeping them safe from a murdering? What? What do they care about the belts? What are we talking about? What is going on? You know what? We'll get there.
We will get there. Thank you, guys. We appreciate that. In the chat, we got Chuck Berries, who says, trick or treat, True Hill Heat. Lashley is now all elite. Back in business indeed. Yes.
Hard, nigga. All right.
I'll give it up to my co-host here. Jimmy called it. Jimmy, when I literally messaged him, I was like, I think Shelton and Swerve is the main event. He's like, I hope it's Bobby Lashley to end this show.
I like Shelton. It's like crazy. It's like lose our minds here.
He was like, I didn't know they like Shelton that much. It better be Bobby. Oh, we got Eric Isaacs in the chat who says, Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween to everybody. Thank you for joining us on our Halloween edition of AEWramble, but me and Jimmy don't wear costumes. Don't worry. We got Eric Isaac who says, Happy Halloween, THH fam. The Almighty is now all elite. We also he says, Chris beat Kamille in the Cake Bowl. And let's have a private party for the new AEW Tag Team Champs.
Cake Bowl? Kamille was in the Cake Bowl. Dr. Umar was right. Y'all see anything light and you lose your minds. Kamille is in the Cake Bowl. She's an attractive person, but let's not lose our fucking minds here. The Cake Bowl, put her next to Statlander. What are we talking about? What are we doing?
Should have been the Cup Bowl, because man, that backstage segment they had with Kamille, I was like, goddamn, I didn't know Kamille was stacked like that. We got Ricky who says, SP3 and Jimmy, salute goats. Salute to you, good sir. We got Annika who says, "Okay, new clips." Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah, still surprised. Swerve clearly doesn't watch the Ramble.
Oh, you gonna show them your costume? She's trying to put her hat on. You want to show? You want to show Jimmy? Say Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Are you a firefighter?
I'm doing.
She's a firefighter. Yep. Say I'm a firefighter. Say Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
And send super chats for Halloween.
Send super chat for Halloween.
Gotta have the kid sell it. Gotta have the kid sell it. She wanted to show you her costume. She told me to message her when I'm live. She thinks you're my only friend. She says, whenever I say I'm hanging out with a friend, even over here, she'd be like, "You hanging out with Jimmy?"
Oh, that's sweet. I mean, I guess a little sad.
You're like,
Dad has one friend. Kind of embarrassing. Good. Whatever.
We got EBB who says 90 seconds. Wrap it up, SP3. 90 seconds.
Jesus.
That was loud as hell. Loud as hell. I was like, man, this would have been a great show. Y'all could have just shut the fuck up. Watched a couple of segments, but always catch up on the reviews. Watch the reviews more than Dynamite. LOL. Early MVP is Quinn for that bowling ball breakup pin. Man, I'll say it right now. One of my candidates for MVP is Isaiah Cassidy. They put this nigga over big.
Yeah, until the end. Then they pull the Cody. It's about us, really. It's us giving you the belts. You're welcome. I never think Cody did this shit, and then the Bucks did it. What's a fucking tribute act? What is this? What's wrong with these psychopaths? Why do they think this is about them? This is egregious. I'm sorry. It wasn't as bad as Cody.
I will give you credit because you did get mad at Cody all the way back in 2020 when he did he
got up his knees and shit. Get the fuck up! Oh my god, heinous.
He's like, have some dignity for yourself. Eric Isaac says, who would have thought in a week that WWE, we would have the Motor City Machine Guns, AEW Private Party, and TNA, the Hardys, would have new tag team champions? I think if you asked anybody at the beginning of the year if they think that would happen in the same week, yeah, no one would have guessed that. Because 9 times out of 10, they have already given up on Private Party and AEW. They would be like, Motor City Machine Guns ain't going to WWE. And they would say the Hardys are done from their AEW run.
Good Lord. I'm not pleased by this TNA. Listen, if they're going to be around, I prefer their tag team, but come on, man. You let this go?
The fact that they ended the show with that and because they knew they did want to give Joe Hendry the win. Can I just tell you, because I've literally been telling everybody I do a show with. I had to watch 2 major events in 2024, Jimmy Macram, that had TNA decide that JBL was going to screw over the hottest star in the company to have Dolph Ziggler beat him. and then the next night, I had to watch a developmental brand that ended their show with Bubba Ray Dudley, like he's Stone Cold Steve Austin, making the babyface save at the end of the night.
I must give Shawn Michaels credit. Shawn Michaels out of his fucking mind. What the fuck is he? None of these pieces even fit together. What is this? What is Bubba Ray Dudley and Ridge Holland? First of all, what?
4 times? Yo, I literally had to do that review on my own, Jimmy. There's a clip. I can clip it where I'm here on my own and just hysterically laughing because I can't cry on camera. Because I was like, Rich Holland was on the show 4 times. And then they ended the show with Bubba Ray Dudley.
It's jarring to me. I don't understand. All right, y'all want to let Sean cook? There you go. He cooked. What'd you think? Hey, I appreciate the swings. I just don't understand them at all. I don't get it even a little bit.
They're making their ECW show that's going against this show next week. A fucking NXT one night stand.
I saw the show next week. The card for
the
it.
10-woman tag. That's going to be the main thing to watch.
That was fire. I ain't gonna lie to you. The pay per view. When's that coming up? The pay per view.
They're NXT's next pay per view.
Yeah.
I think it's Deadline in December.
Damn. You know what I do? Because my favorite. I used to hate it as a kid because the heel would always win. But it's my favorite thing now. I would do a 6-pack challenge of some kind. You do fucking Roxanne against all those baby faces, and she wins. Of course she does. It's my favorite thing. Unforgiven 99, Armageddon 2000. Like I just love it. Oh, he's gotta lose now. No.
I do like it more Armageddon 2000 because of the way Angle won. It came down to Austin and Rock beating each other up. Austin hits him with a stunner, but he can't recover, and Angle just one hand over the Rock.
You can't even see that he's covering him. So, oh, all right.
Yeah, you just see the referee go down, and you're like, wait, what's happening?
Oh, I love that. Oh, by the way, controversial take. I'm not entirely sure. I know you love Julia. You had her as your number 3, like fantasy, whatever. You said you only take.
I think I know where you're going with this. I think I already know. Because I said it on the Halloween Happy.
Stephanie's the shit. What the fuck?
Stephanie has made the transition faster and better than Julia. She gets the aura and the presentation part a lot more than Julia has.
It's shocking to me. Now, Julia's been fine. That's not to knock her. She's always going to be fine. She's great. But Stephanie feels like a star. She walks like a star. She talks like a star. She takes her time like a WWE star. It's wild. And her moveset is more WWE friendly. It's like, oh, here comes that spot. Awesome. She's great. I love her.
She's awesome. Yeah. I said after the Halloween Havoc, I was like, she needs to be the one that probably dethrones Roxanne. I was like, you have her dethrone Roxanne at Deadline. Roxanne can get called up. She can take a month off, get called up at the Royal Rumble, and then you build to Julia versus Stephanie Vicaire for WrestleMania weekend.
Oh, I'm down. Sold.
What do you think about your boy Obafemi being rumored to get to the main roster call-up?
I'm so happy. I've heard all the arguments against it. I've heard NXT's men's division is awful, clearly. I've heard he may not be ready for a main event spot or a main spot. They may not have anything for him. I understand those arguments, and I appreciate them. Here's my counter argument. Fuck you. Obafemi to the main roster. We push him to the moon. He beats fucking Breaker at fucking Mania. I am here for this. Yes, please, and thank you. Obafemi is the man.
What did you say? With all due respect, fuck you?
All due respect, fuck you. Please push over to the moon, sir. That's much. Right away.
Dude. Yo, I'm sorry. That theme music, man, it's
right.
So dope.
Awesome. Looking amazing.
We got a bunch of people who agree with us saying Annika saying Stephanie looked like money. Absolutely. I said it as Halloween Havoc with that Day of the Dead makeup too. I was like,
right? Oh, damn.
I was like, this works. This works so much. Bunch of people talking about the bad part of Halloween Havoc. Halloween Havoc peaked after two matches. I was like, what? At first, when the entrances happened for the women's tag team match, that's the second match on the card. I was like, what the fuck is Sean thinking? I was like, this is like Tony Khan at his worst pacing. Like but you do not put your best match on the card in the number 2 spot.
Yeah, Sean's lost his mind. I'm not entirely sure what's going on down there.
He's feeling himself. He's like, we on the CW. We doing good ratings.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, maybe he is trying to look what I can do. No, please stop. Please stop cooking, please.
Like Stewart. he started juggling with the burgers while he's cooking.
Whatever led you to fucking Ridge Holland and Bubba Ray. Listen, I'm not against Bubba Ray. That's not true. I'm against Bubba Ray. But
I am.
Not for anything he says, because I don't know what he says. But listen, if he was in shape, if he had stayed a single star, if this was like his Bully Ray thing for how many years ago, maybe I could let it slide. But no offense, he clearly didn't give a fuck once he was done with that. He went right back to being Bubba, we'll say. So what do you want from me? Can't take you seriously. No disrespect. No disrespect. You can't bring back Mr. Kennedy or something like this. Where they at? Please and thank you.
It's not ECW enough.
Oh, right. Forgot his ECW thing. It's Bubba Ray Dudley. No offense.
I was like, you have Rob Van Dam there. Like, he's the one that, and no one's even sure if he's gonna wrestle. Like the way they did that angle at the end of NXT this week, it was like, is he gonna be the special guest referee or is he gonna do a 3-way dance with Wesley and Javon Evans? He should do the 3-way dance.
Yeah. That'd be fun. RVD still has enough in the tank. I'm not sure about Bubba Ray. I've not heard good things.
He had objectively one of the worst matches of the year, but I will put that I will give partial credit. It's not all going to go to him because I will give partial credit to the booker, Scott D'Amore, who I like, and I think that Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling put on 2 really good shows, but it objectively had one of the worst matches of the year because Scott D'Amore thought it was a good idea to put Bully Ray against Raj Desi, aka Jinder Mahal, in a tables match.
Why? What? Why? I'm so confused.
Exactly. Like, even if I said this before the show happened, you would have been like, well, that sounds like a bad idea. Like,
yeah. Why? Bully and gender? Huh? All right.
Who would think that's a good idea? That's what I said. I got to give Scott some credit for even booking that, thinking that was a good idea to do.
How's Bully Ray? He must be really liked backstage. I can see that. He's got some like charisma to himself when he talks. Whatever.
I think that he's become more objective when he's talking about everything in the wrestling landscape as well. He doesn't come off quite like the kind of like the Undertaker talking about current wrestling, where he's like always shitting on it.
Miserable.
Like, they don't. He doesn't sound as miserable as everybody else. I will give him credit, and I think that he's very much good that he's balanced out by someone like Dave LaGreca, who's a genuine like wrestling fan and has experience doing the podcast. So I would say like podcasting wise, he might be one of the better ones, former wrestlers doing it right now. But like, then do that. Stop. Stop coming in the ring.
Fair enough. I agree. Where's Devon at?
He just did a music video with Trick Williams.
Right. I did remember hearing about that. No offense. The only way I want to see them is together. No disrespect. I'm sure they're very nice people. I'm just saying.
And they just teamed up in TNA. I think it was last year.
Yeah, I've seen like a 5-minute tag match with the Dudleys, and they put somebody through a table, or they go through a table, whatever. And I'm good. I don't need 15 minutes of it, right? For what? Why? I don't understand.
All for him to get the hot tag with the NXT champion as his.
Yeah, it's a choice. It's a choice.
McB says, yo, that tag match was so good. We still talking about it. Talking about the women's tag match from Halloween Havoc. We do have a super chat donation here. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for your support. So we will say,
oh, speak, bitch. Come on now. Oh my God, Shivani. What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh my God, Shivani. Shut up.
Oh my God, Shivani. Come on. Chuck Berry says, pip, pip, cheerio. He says, happy Halloween to Princess Harlem and the THH fam. Thank you so much. I will let her know you gave her a pip, pip, cheerio.
Free home.
Hey, we got to go back to the States. I ran out of time, so I got to go back to the States pretty soon, coming up here. So She'll be the only kid in her kindergarten class speaking with the British accent in the hood. We got another.
Oh, ugh. Ugh. They have a school near here. These kids get out at 3 o'clock. Good Lord, your kid's not ready. These little fucking demonic psychopaths. Yeah, fuck that shit up. Oh, the fuck?
Well, we got another super chat donation. Thank you so much. Will Chisholm back in the place to be. Good to see you, Will. So we're all gonna
Listen up, you prick.
No reaction from Taz.
No, it's the MJF. That's fine. Woman, too much. Will says, happy to see Bobby, but that storyline he wanted to do with Gunther is wild. It was so, oh my God, it was just ridiculous. I was like, what is he even, what?
Fucking sabotaging Triple H. That's all this was. This fucking psychopath. No, we should do this. No, we should definitely do this. I'll give you all the credit.
He probably suggested that, being like, this is the type of shit he would want to do, right?
He said, "Not gonna." Then I call him Hitler. What, sir? What? I'm not burying 2 of my guys at once. That's a terrible idea. What? Never let Bobby cook again. Every idea I've heard of his has been terrible. Not one I went, oh, that's a good one. We wanted to get fat to do one.
He's like, relax.
He wanted to shoot fight with Karrion Kross. What are you talking, sir? What are you babbling about? Please stop speaking. No disrespect. Love you. Just look tough and throw people around. What the fuck?
Louisville says HBK caught that J.R. Smith on a heel.
That's a fantastic shout.
that is perfect to describe Shawn Michaels. Like, yo, WWE's doing hotter than ever. He's like, NXT doing much better than the 2.0 era. We on CW.
Way outside. Jesus.
And Triple H over here like LeBron. Give me the ball.
Oh, fucking heinous.
Oh man, that was a great comparison. Thank you, Louisville. Needed that laugh. We got another super chat donation here from Will Chisholm. Will Chisholm is back. He's taking the threes. He's like Steph Curry out here. Thank you, Will. We appreciate it.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Imagine how mad you'd have to be for the Yankees to win that fucking game, just to have another game during your fucking Dynamite and then blow it. The fuck? Niggas couldn't have lost Monday?
Tony must have been like, these niggas here. Like, just die. He's like, can the Yankees just die? He was like, I got a good show on tap. And he's like, none of y'all niggas gonna watch it because you're watching the World Series.
That's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
Rough.
Yeah. Will, with the super chat donation, thank you so much. Will, he says, what was Tony Khan's reaction when he saw Julia, Zarya, Jordan Grace, and Stephanie Vicaire in NXT, since he mad that Stephanie Vicaire rule? Made that Stephanie Vicaire.
I mean, listen,
he didn't technically make it. From what I've been told by people within AEW, that was a CMLL call. Because CMLL doesn't have those type of contracts that keep them tied up. Niggas can just be on a fucking Forbidden Door and then sign with another bigger company.
Sold. Good. Fuck them. No disrespect. Fuck 'em. I'm so happy this happened. All right, now I got you here. Let me ask you. We're almost 30 minutes into this. What's the He was definitely upset. The Stephanie thing. That still does bother me a little bit. Especially considering how well she's gonna do here. It looks like she's gonna crush it. What's up with this indie thing I read? When I first read it, it just felt like Nick Khan taking over the world. But what does it actually mean?
Basically, WWE, the WWE ID Independent Developmental Program is basically going to be WWE collaborating with independent promotions to basically sign independent talent, but have them stay on the independents in basically companies that have the WWE ID branding on it. So far it's the Reality of Wrestling. It's the Nightmare Factory by Cody Rhodes and QT Marshall. You got what other one was there? Rikishi's school in California, Seth Rollins' school in Davenport, Iowa, and then one other school. So they're basically partnering up with independent promotions as well as wrestling schools. I kind of have seen it from a kind of a broad spectrum where I'm just going to sit on the fence for now about it because I see both the pros and the cons to it. The pro part is that, they are going to be helping financial assistance was said in the press release. So they will be helping out these independent wrestlers with helping them with their finances and providing them with opportunities to make more money. But I also see the con in this is that, I think Romeo said it best on Rated Raw Review this week. He was like, now these WWE ID athletes are going to be like, well, that doesn't work for me, brother. I can't job out to this guy because he's not a WWE ID athlete like I am. So, and it's basically going to be, it can become what WWE did to the UK independents, where it totally demolished the UK independents ridiculously back in the 2010s.
That was my original thought. Was you're all about to get raped, for lack of a better word. But hey, listen, if they want the money, it's their call. I can't tell anybody what to do. I will say this, however, I've seen quite a few people who shouldn't be talking, and it bothers me a little bit. And by people talking, I mean coming out with these how do I say this? Layman corporate ass quotes. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, Wesley, but oh, now you guys have got to get on our level. We'll see what you do with this opportunity. Who the fuck is you? Why are you talking like you're Nick Khan or Triple H or somebody? What the fuck is going on? Wesley is not telling you need to get on our level. Shut the fuck up. Not just him. I'm sorry to pick on the brother. Sorry, brother. But yours was the last one that annoyed me. There was lots of people. Everybody from NXT was talking shit. Shut the fuck up. No disrespect. You can be released tomorrow. And fucking Nick Khan will never know your name. Sorry. I think Gunther is the lowest name he knows. You sitting here talking like you're somebody. I'm sorry. No disrespect. Ugh.
Yeah, like I said, I see the pros, I see the cons of it, so I'm not against it. I'm also not in support of it.
Yeah, we'll see. It might be fine.
Yeah.
And I'm also sure it's the first step before they start just power driving everybody. But as of the moment, it's fine. It could be fine.
Yeah, it could work out. It could also go terribly wrong because WWE's history kind of says that it will.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. You're around for us. We allow you to live for us. Sorry.
We allow you to breathe. We allow you to have your company. Oh, we got Christopher Kidd who says raised wrestlers and poached stars from indies to secure them from going from indies to AEW. There you go, Sid. A perfect sum.
I thought pardon me. I feel like this removes a lot of the agency from wrestlers. Like if they want to go, they want to go. Not poaching them. The nigga left and went to where he wanted to go. And that tells you what to tell you. Sorry.
I will say that the one right part that you put in your sum, Christopher, is that a lot of this does have to do with AEW. I don't think they would have initiated this program if there wasn't like an AEW out there.
I don't know. I heard Dana White talk. This is 15 years ago. This is going to sound more rude than I like. And I'm sorry to whoever the promotion was. Whoever the number 2 was 15 years ago. Strikeforce or Bellator or whoever. And they were asking Dana about it. He was like, no, we need them around. We need these fighters to get experience on big shows. So when we want to take them, we can take them. You can make that metaphor for AEW if you like. I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be shocked if that's a thought.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. I would not be shocked in the slightest if that's a thought of theirs. Like perfect. You got the perfect. Thanks for all you did with Jade Cargill. Now I'm gonna go shit on you in the pros media scrum. She didn't get the right.
Oh, Jesus.
We had to teach her.
Oh, Ricky. Sorry.
Yes, Ricky Starks. Yeah, free Ricky Starks, please. He done swallowed his pride and went to an independent because he wants to just play.
Goddamn shame.
But let's talk about AEW Fright Night Dynamite last night, taking place from Cleveland, Ohio. What did you think about the crowd last night in Cleveland?
Good enough. They're really hot for the tag match for the latter half, so we'll call it a win.
Yeah, they really got into that one, and I thought they gave a good reaction to the opening segment as well. So a nice little segue there because the show opened up with a video package running down tonight's card with the spooky Halloween theme. We then go to backstage footage of the Blackpool Combat Club leaving the arena last week, where Claudio Castagnoli says 5 years ago, Jon Moxley built this place with his own hands, and he won't let it be ruined. But before Claudio can finish his promo, Orange Cassidy's voice interrupts. We hear Orange coming out, who demands the video is cut. He power walks to the ring, or as much as Orange Cassidy can power walk to the ring. He gets in the ring, and Cassidy says that he doesn't do this. This isn't who he is. He's not a leader who comes out and talks for 10 minutes. After last week, seeing his best friend Chuck Taylor get his neck crushed by a steel chair, he looked around and he was surrounded by the people he shouldn't have been. Those who surrounded him were very, very young and the future of AEW, who have no idea the danger they are in. They have no idea how dangerous Jon Moxley is. So he knew right then and there what needed to be done. If Moxley has his way, there is no future for AEW, as he never needed AEW. But people like Orange do. Cassidy says these fans, they don't exist. Orange Cassidy doesn't exist without AEW. He needs to cut the head off of the snake and make sure no one else gets hurt. He'll do it alone to protect everybody. Cassidy will do that by going out here, right now, and challenging Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship and taking the symbol of this company, taking it out of Moxley's bag and putting it in his backpack. Cassidy tells Moxley to let him know it's not hard. He's not hard to find. He's where he is always is every single week in the ring because he's Orange Cassidy, the next AEW World Champion, and he still doesn't need a catchphrase. I thought he got a really good ovation. He got this promo done pretty much in like 5 minutes, so he didn't need 10 minutes. So I thought this was a home run. We don't hear him talk too much, but this was simple to the point, and I thought it was a good promo.
I thought it was good. It hit all the beats it needed to hit. I'm not entirely sure about his logic, but I like the idea of Moxley doesn't need this place. Therefore, if he feels like he needs to burn it down and make it better, what does he care if it burns down? He can always go somewhere else. He's Jon Moxley. But the rest of us do. I don't think Orange Cassidy would be getting a call. You know what? He would at this point. I think he would. As far as him doing it alone, that's an odd choice considering the way you built this promo up. I didn't want to be a leader, but I'll lead us and do this alone. What? It's not how leading works, sir. You take other people with you.
You need people to lead.
Yeah, it was good. It was good overall. Yeah, I liked it.
Very much. I enjoyed it. We got Ace who says this promo segment was good. We got Annika who says, as a Caucasian, OC looks pretty good for 38. That's very true. He's very true. Yeah. Like literally, it wasn't until a couple of years ago when I looked it up when I was like, Orange Cassidy's like one of the best up and coming stars in AEW. And then I was like, oh shit, he's 36?
Jesus.
And now he's 38. So, yeah. But yeah, this is the type of like I think that he's the right type of guy to put in the first challenger of this story with Jon Moxley. So I do like it.
Sure. Let's just pretend the last 6 months didn't happen. He wasn't fucking wasting away with the conglomeration, things like this. No, he's moving right from the international feud with Moxley to this big feud with Moxley. That's what happened. Gotcha.
Exactly. You gotta do sometimes. Like I said, I want AEW to be the alternative, be different from AEW from WWE. But sometimes you do have to take cues from WWE and try to retcon shit and try to make it seem like this has always been the case.
I was like, sure. You didn't want to beat him. Nigga been losing to bums. What are you talking about?
Actually, he did. I don't think he ever lost to Trent. Did he ever lose to Trent? He kept beating his ass. Christopher Kidd says OC definitely looks good for his age. We got I Make Beats who says, yeah, as a 34-year-old white boy, I feel that. Wow, I love that.
Just use your lotion, sir. Use your lotion. You'll be all right.
Or go to the same tanning salon that Adam Cole and Buddy Matthews went to, where they looked orange and red. EC says OC can't stop the Death Riders by himself. I've seen more mad people give like this whole Moxley faction different names. Like this guy on 411 Mania is calling them the Paradigm. I've seen people call them the Death Riders. I was like, they're just the new version of the BCC. It's the same crew.
Same crew. We're not changing their name. I don't like. First of all, I hate Paradigm, and I don't love Death Riders either. Fuck it. It'll come along. Or they'll fail and it'll never come along. Who cares? It's been all right so far. I've enjoyed it, but we'll see.
Oh, we got Parter finisher. He says he's gonna go CM Punk. I'm gonna take down Mox, but I'm gonna do it my way, and you're not gonna like it.
I do it my way. You're not gonna like it. Clearly, Jesus. Sorry, left us with fucking Jack Perry. You ass. The fuck. What an ass. I'm sorry. What Perry get tomorrow? I just like CM Punk. He's fallen from number 4 all time to number 26. This push for Jack Perry has been heinous. What the fuck? I'll never forgive you for this shit.
Oh, fair. That is fair. We go backstage quickly and go to see TBS champion Mercedes Moné and Kamille arriving in the building backstage. They're approached by Renee Paquette, who asks Moné for a prediction for Camille's matchup against Chris Statlander tonight. Moné scolded Paquette for asking her stupid questions before doing her catchphrase and said that just look at Kamille. She's a brick house. Chris Statlander doesn't hold a candle to her. Moné again scolded Paquette for wishing Kamille luck and saying that she doesn't need luck when you're with the CEO.
Why?
Look at that face.
Why?
Look at that smile. Look at that smile.
Lord. She's very
Move this woman.
Yeah, Jesus. I'm sorry. That'd be nice. This was mostly painless, so I'll take it where I can get it. Why are we giving her the mic like she's The Rock or Flair or somebody? She gotta get her mic time every week. Does she? Why? Lord. Where's Willow? Collision.
Her only effective promos has been when she's been across from somebody. The one with Willow and then Britt Baker. Those have been her best and the most effective promos.
Yes. And somebody else in Carolina. Agreed.
We get her. But this is what I'm saying this is a much better use of the first couple of minutes of the show because they got right into the in-ring action before we hit the 10-minute mark. They got multiple promo segments, one setting up a match for the main event for the pay-per-view, one hyping a match for later on in the show, and then they went right to the action instead of giving us like 20 minutes of like 4 or 5 different promos like they did last week.
Well, that's true. Well, again, one of them was Mercedes, so can I count that as a win? Can I count that as an effective use of time?
Hey, we always give credit for hyping a match later on in the show, especially considering the biggest fault of that show 2 weeks ago is that they gave us no hype for Jay White versus Christian Cage.
Yeah, but that's Jay White and Christian. This is Statlander versus Kamille. No disrespect. I'm sorry. I had a question. This is a kind of out of the blue question. So report. Is Megan Bayne not in AEW anymore?
No.
Has she lost a lot of weight, though? She lost weight last time I saw her.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I did hear that AEW there's had discussions and pitches to bring her back, as well as there's been pitches for Mustafa Ali.
Ali, I can see him like. If I'm Bane, why would I go back there? That makes no sense. To go to the fucking scene of the crime. What a terrible idea. What are they gonna do to you anyway? You look like Kamille now. What's the point? You already have that. Sorry. What's it with people losing weight?
You look like Kamille now.
Yeah. What the fuck? She looked impressive before. That match with Julia is one of my favorite matches I've seen in the last few years. Yeah, that far. It's not one of the best matches, but it's one of my favorites. It's just perfect.
See, you know the difference. I wanted to bring that up because you were one of the people that gave me some feedback on my list of the 10 greatest WWE wrestlers of all time on Sports Illustrated. It expanded to the top 20 after my editor saw it was doing well, so he wanted me to add 10 more. And apparently, this past week, it's actually went viral now. It actually went viral because of the Sports Illustrated name, where main blue check Twitter accounts have been reposting it, and Reddit and Discord chats have been debating it and talking about it. And Becky Lynch, I showed you this, retweeted the list. And yeah, shout out to Becky. And Hurricane Helms as well, which he was one of the people that basically tried to criticize the list a bit, but he did it in a joking way, so I'm not offended because I get where he's coming from. But he was like, I can't co-sign this list with no Ric Flair on it, and I was just like, okay, I understand if you misunderstood what the list was and you just saw greatest wrestlers of all time. Yeah, it would be a misjustice to not have Ric Flair on. But my dude, Ric Flair was the number one or number two guy in WWF, WWE for a year and a half. That's it. Like he did have another 7-year run after WCW, but he wasn't even close to the top 10 in the company at that time.
Jesus. Yeah. You see Austin and fucking Rock and Hogan. You just kind of assume, Flair should be somewhere here. You see top 10, you kind of just stop. Yeah. I mean, I think it might be. I think people might consider WWE like synonymous with wrestling.
Everything.
No offense.
Yeah.
To everybody. Yeah. Like if I say pass me a Kleenex, I mean pass me a tissue, even though it's a fucking whatever the fucking brand is, not Kleenex. So, maybe it's that. Fair. They see WWE, they see wrestling. Yeah.
I had a lot of people who were like, "Oh my god, he didn't put Seth Rollins in the list." I had another person who was like, "Oh my god, he didn't put AJ Styles in the list." Then I had a whole debate with Romeo. I had a whole debate with Romeo on Rated Raw Review this week.
Don't say Charlotte.
Yes, he was upset. I
put my god
in the list and not Charlotte Flair.
This is insanity. I will never forgive this. I remember everybody lost their minds when Sasha wanted that contract, which is apparently as high as fucking Charlotte and Becky. And my whole point was, why the fuck is Charlotte getting paid as much as Becky? What the fuck is going on with that? That's the real travesty. Ugh. She's great. She's not Becky. Stop. No disrespect.
Yeah. So yeah, I did a video this week. It should be up tomorrow on the Takedown on SI YouTube channel, where I had a discussion with Dariel Figueroa, one of the other writers for Sports Illustrated, where I went over my criteria. But I will say, for you guys, True Hill Heat, y'all always supporting us. I would say the number one criteria for me after doing that video, I could say it was you're basically who made the most money, because that's what WWE is about. Who's making the most money? And I will say my biggest omissions, I will give you that. My biggest omissions after that conversation, after looking through my list and seeing a lot of the feedback, I would say my two biggest omissions is probably Rey Mysterio and Brock Lesnar.
Oh.
I would say Ray, because I kind of underestimated how much money he really made for WWE with the merch. Yeah, in the 2000. I think I definitely, if I could take it back and I could like probably put one person in and take them out, I probably would have put Ray in and took Jericho out. But I just thought about Jericho has really kind of like iconic feuds, and the basically the big one was beating Rock in Austin in the same night to become the first undisputed WWE champion, because accomplishments and the feuds and his promos were a part of my criteria on the list. So that's why I put Jericho.
Do you have this list available like right now where I could just click a button? Or do you have it right now where you can read it? Just read it out loud.
What, you want me to go through the list? I'll go through the list. Yeah. I think I have it saved over here. I just have to put it in here. All right. So I know number 20 was, of course, Becky Lynch.
Right.
Number 19 was Mick Foley.
Oh, okay.
Number 18 was Chris Jericho.
Okay.
Number 18 Chris Jericho. 17 CM Punk.
Okay. Oh, no,
16 Andre the Giant. 15 Randy Orton. 14 Edge.
Damn, Edge had Orton.
Roddy.
What blasphemous is this?
Come on, we me and you of all, we've done this on this show where we have pointed out the logic holes and the flaws in Randall Keith Orton. And I would say Edge is really because of his legacy. With the TLC matches, I think his legacy is more than Randy Orton right now. There is one person on this list that I kind of gave them the boost of where their legacy will be in a few years, and I'll let y'all know who that was. 12 is Kurt Angle. 11, Macho Man Randy Savage. 10, Bruno Sammartino. Number 9, Bret the Hitman Hart. Number 8, Shawn Michaels. Number 7, Triple H. Number 6, The Undertaker. Number 5, the person who I'm saying I gave them a boost of where their legacy will be in a few years. Roman Reigns. Yes. Number 4, John Cena. Number 3, The Rock. Number 2, Hulk Hogan. Number 1, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Listen, gun in my head. It was a good list, by the way. Gun in my head.
Thank you.
First of all, The Miz, would you stop it? Maybe Mick. What are we doing? Top 20. Stop it.
Mick Foley?
No, Miz.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Mick. I was like, what? Mick Foley?
I can't. It's hard for me to force Mysterio on this list. It just is. I
would say the only one I can make an argument for is taking Jericho off of there and putting in Ray. I don't know who I would put Brock in for. I really don't know. But I do think that Brock is probably my biggest omission. Even over Ray. Even over Ray. Because he was the number one guy in the company for a 4-year stretch. For 5 years, if you want to count the 2 years that he was in the company, in the 2000s. But from when he got, and that's arguable. That is arguable because Triple H was really the number one guy as far as like a push in all of that. Yeah. But I would say from when he beats the streak in 2014 all the way through 2017, 18, he's the number one guy in the company.
Andre to me is the cutoff point. Like Andre, after that, I can't make an argument for anybody else. But Mick, Jericho, and Punk, I'm taking them over Ray, number one. So Ray's out. Yeah, Brock is interesting. We're giving Foley a bump here because of his legacy, helping make Rock, helping make Triple H.
It's so tough. It's so tough. It's so tough.
Jericho might have to go. Sorry, Charlie. Love you.
Yeah, that's the only one. Like literally, I was like, nah, Becky has to stay, Mick has to stay. I was like, Jericho, you would be the one that I would have to take out to put in somebody new.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
I'm not bad mouthing Foley, sir. Listen, all-time great. One of the best. Who's on our top 10 promo list? What do you want from him? He's fantastic.
Well, Annika, that's all I need to say.
Damn.
Thank you, Annika. She's like, Ray doesn't need to be on the list. Sorry. Thank you, Annika. You guys are awesome. We got Power Driver Finisher says, I'm arguing he maintained relevancy, but Ray is actually someone who I would say plenty of people would know, but I would put Brock over Ray. Yeah, that's what I said. I said like Brock would probably be 21. If I get the call from the editor and say, give me 5 more to make it the top 25, Brock's 21.
Okay. I know we're trying to do AEW here, but maintain relevance? What does that mean? He kept his job? Listen, I like the Miz. What are we talking about? Maintain relevance. No, Ric Flair maintained relevance from 79 through fucking 2003. But like fucking the Miz maintained relevance. He was main eventing fucking 10, 15 years ago, and now he's doing our truth shit. How is that maintaining relevance? Can we stop? Can we stop? No disrespect. No disrespect.
No disrespect. No disrespect. All right. That was our conversation because we did more topics that you guys want to discuss in the first 30 minutes of the show. So we had to go in when we wanted to discuss. But thank you once again for your feedback because I needed that. That gave me, it's like, oh, okay, I did well. I got one of the hardest critics in the game to be like, you did a good job. And the fact that you know me so well and you knew that I took out bias when I made this list.
Clearly. Triple H is in the top 10? What, over Sean and Brett? What is going on here?
I was like, you and Josh. Josh also was like, he was like, when I saw number 2, I was like, did Sid even do this article? But let's get back to AEW. Fright Night Dynamite. You had the opening contest. Adam Cole, baby, going one-on-one with Buddy Matthews. This is Adam Cole's first match since September of 2023, going up against Buddy Matthews here. Both men shook hands to start as Matthews backed Cole into the corner after multiple lockups, demanding Cole bring it. Cole kept going for a headlock, but Matthews easily shrugged it off, hitting some shoulder tackles. Matthews dodged a super kick as Cole seemed to shake out his ankle after landing awkwardly on it. It's the first time that he's thrown one in well over a year. Cole was backdropped onto the apron. To avoid a strike, he leaped down from the apron and seemed to have tweaked his ankle. He was shaking it about. We saw backstage that his good friend Kyle O'Reilly was watching as Cole was trying to walk it off when Matthews hits him with a punk kick right to the face as we went to a commercial break. When we come back from commercial break, Matthews connecting with a superplex. He held on and Cole countered into the old last shot neck breaker on the knee. Both men went to the apron to reset, where Cole planted him with a DDT on the edge of the ring, but he came down once again awkwardly on his ankle. Matthews countered the Panorama Sunrise into multiple dragon screws to the ankle before stomping on it repeatedly after being frustrated with Cole. Doc Samson tended to Cole as referee Bryce Rensburg was out with him at ringside. At this point, I think this is the point of the matchup. The crowd turned on Cole, where they were just like, referee, count to 10. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4. The referee had to look into the crowd like, no, we're not doing that. Matthews, they wanted Matthews to be the winner. The doctor went to help Cole to the back, but Matthews wasn't satisfied. He took the microphone and said, this is why Cole is fragile. As the old Adam Cole wouldn't have walked away, the new Adam Cole is a bitch. Cole shook it off. He got up. He limped his way to the ring and continued. Matthews continued to stomp on the left ankle. Cole struggled to his feet. He lured Matthews in to take the leg, but he hit multiple super kicks. Cole crumbled when he tried to go for the boom. Matthews fired off one of his own and then hit a curb stomp for a 2 count. The doctor again tended to Cole as Matthews threw the towel to Cole, telling him to just give it up. But Cole came back. He hits a super kick, an enziguri, and then the Shining Razor to the front of the head. He only gets a 2 count. Cole again went for the Panama Sunrise, but Matthews hit a pump knee, buckle bomb, and then another curb stomp. But Cole kicked out at 1. At this point, the crowd really got into this matchup. Cole charged up at Matthews. He even hits a heat seeker and gets a 2 count at the old MJF finisher. He hits a super kick, and then he finally hits the Panama Sunrise. Matthews rolled outside, allowing Cole to hit another Panama Sunrise off the apron. Back in the ring, he hits the boom for the 1-2-3. Adam Cole picks up the victory in his first match back in nearly 15 months. Cole took the microphone and he thanked Matthews for reminding him who the real Adam Cole is. Cole offered a handshake to Matthews, but he shakes it and accepts. But then the lights went out and the House of Black playing some mind games here, as when the lights came back on, it was not Matthews shaking the hand of Cole. It was Malachi Black, who just looked like an absolute spooky badass. He's the one shaking hands, staring down with Cole. Cole slowly backed off as commentary questioned if this was the next step Cole had to take before potentially getting his hands on MJF at Full Gear. They did show a glimpse of MJF watching the matchup from his home, which looked hilarious because you could tell he was not watching the match. But then we went, after a commercial break, we went backstage to Cole being tended by doctors with the Kingdom standing by him. Cole said that he's been thrown right into the fire with Matthews and now Malachi Black, but brought up MJF being fake for thinking that he and Cole would ever be friends. The idea of Cole and MJF working together would never work. Cole brought up that MJF has a past of betraying his friends. He's like, let's bring it up. Wardlow, Sammy Guevara, and Danny Garcia. So he wouldn't be the next in line, as MJF needs to be taught another lesson. He might have been extreme what the Undisputed Kingdom did to MJF, but they did it because they care about AEW and the team, which MJF would never be a part of. Cole said that he'll get his hands on MJF at Full Gear, and then corrected himself. Says when we get our hands on MJF at Full Gear, Roderick Strong was actually nodding along besides Cole, despite also wanting to face MJF. He says that they will finally get their revenge. And then it was made official later on in the night that it will be next week. A very intriguing matchup for next week's AEW Dynamite. Adam Cole going one-on-one with Malachi Black. Malachi Black's render looks awesome. I'm sorry.
That is fantastic. Second best ever in AEW.
Oh my God. This render looks magnificent. I love it so much. That's why I had to upload it and show it to everybody. Oh my God, it's so good. It's so clean. Yes. I really enjoyed this match, just the psychology of it all. It worked a lot better. I remember Cole, after he came back from the concussion, they tried to do a similar thing with him, like getting hit on the head and being dazed when he first Danny Garcia in his first match back after the concussion last year. And it just didn't work for me. This one worked a lot better because of the trash talking and the personality that Buddy Matthews was showing. And I thought Cole sold the ankle very well. So it turned out to be a very good opener to the show. Love the post-match with Malachi Black playing the mind games, the lights out, and then he's shaking the hand. And like I said, I love that graphic. The only thing I didn't like in all of this is the promo. Because how did this promo, where he's trying to once again retcon the Undisputed Kingdom, which is a mistake. Just stop. Just move on from it. Just talk about the obstacles. Just move on. Stop trying to over-explain it. Like, y'all are killing me with the over-explanation of this whole shit, and just move on. And then on top of that, this promo of trying to retcon the whole Undisputed Kingdom turned into a rah-rah AEW speech after we just saw a better one in the opening segment. So the promo didn't work. You didn't even need it, actually. Like, I would have rather heard from House of Black and why Malachi Black wants to face Adam Cole and prove that he's still fragile. So you should have scrapped that altogether, but everything else was either good to great here. What did you think?
Is this Cole's second promo or third since coming back?
Third.
He had one last week? I don't remember. All right, one last week when he was talking to Roddy. I'm not going to say he's lost a step, via mic work. He's too young for that. But this material is garbage. What is he supposed to do with this?
Yeah.
I'm not sure whose fault it is. Somebody's got to explain to me whether it's Tony Khan feeding him this pro AEW stuff or they just feel the need to give me pro AEW stuff. I don't understand. You're preaching to the choir. We're all watching the show. Stop giving us this fucking AEW speech. You're selling people who are sold. We're watching. Enough. And none of them sound any good. I said Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy wasn't bad. But we've heard it from Orange Cassidy. We've heard it from Now Cole. We've heard it from MJF. We've heard it from Dax. Lord knows, too many times. We've heard it from Edge. Enough. We're here. We like it. And you're gonna send me on the Undisputed
It's only worked
Kingdom.
a few times. It only works if you legitimately been a day one AEW guy or if you're Will Ospreay. Those are the only people that have made that work. The raw AEW speech.
Oh, Will Ospreay's voice. He makes anything work. Yeah, sure. I am the feeling. What an arrogant ass.
I am the feeling, bruv.
But yeah, match was good. I can do without the fucking awful doctor / count out spot. They always do it too many times. I've been complaining about it for 5 years. Nobody gets counted out of this fucking place, even though everybody should be counted out. Yeah, match was good. Buddy's always great. Ever since he had that fantastic match with Andrade, 4.25 stars. Legit 4.25. And listen, this was good. This was good too.
You'll never let that go, folks.
This was good too. I enjoyed it. Good enough.
Would you like to see? I've been seeing this a lot. I see it in the chat and I saw it online after this match. Would you like to see Buddy Matthews be the House of Black representative in the C2?
As the bottom, like he's gonna be the new Jay Lethal,
or like Danny Garcia, where he gets one good win.
Sure. Buddy Matthews is great. He's fun to watch. He's got tremendous taste in women, so sure, I'll watch Buddy Matthews wrestle. But
you just had to add that one.
Yeah, I mean, how he pulled that off and his keeping, fucking, I don't know. Or he lasted longer than it should have. Good job.
He got it. You know, he can take a few weeks off before the C2s because he has to be at home to take care of mommy. Mommy injured again.
Then you wait till she goes somewhere. You replace her birth control with Tic Tacs.
That's outrageous.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm trying to help people. I'm joking. Don't do that. That's awful. It's a form of whatever the fuck. I don't. You want to keep her or not? I'm trying to help.
I can't with this guy. Why is he this funny, folks? Why is he? He's replaced our birth control with Tic Tacs.
I mean, woman been pregnant. Oh, yeah.
Good to see you, Joel, in the chat. He says, but Jimmy, without AEW, these wrestlers would be poor and living in their cars, making no money.
I couldn't take care of my daughter. All right.
He took it down. He took it down.
We got it. Enough of you people. Yeah, all right. Yes.
That is poking holes in the costume.
It's Rhea Ripley. Just saying. I'm joking for future reference. I'm joking. Don't do that. It's a crime, I would imagine, of some kind. Maybe not to Republicans, but it's a crime to me. Don't do it.
Maybe not to Republicans.
It's a crime to me. Don't do it. No crimes. Need help. Need help. There's other ways to keep her.
All right, time for oh no, not time yet. I was about to say time for Jimmy Macram's favorite part of the show, but first we had a backstage segment with Private Party with Christopher Daniels. I did like how they tied this matchup to a other match that had the Young Bucks as tag team champions facing a team that put their team on the line against them when the Young Bucks faced SCU for the tag team titles, and SCU put their tag team on the line, and they came up short to the Young Bucks on that night. Daniel says that him and his relationship with Frankie Kazarian were never the same. Frankie's not here anymore, and their team has been broken up ever since then. And he says he hopes that the Private Party don't make the same mistake. And Private Party were very confident. They were like, no, we're not going to make the same mistake. We want to stay together, and we know what we're doing here tonight. So I like the confidence, and I've been really enjoying Private Party on the microphone because they just feel a lot more confident than they did like a year ago.
They feel like adults instead of the childish characters of yesteryear. This is good. I mean, SCU is a throwback. Well, a real throwback. They're going the way that Dark Order should have gone. Nyla Rose and who else? Whole bunch of people here. No disrespect. Anyway, this was good.
Frankie Kazarian doing good. Joel Pearl's going to be reviewing Frankie Kazarian over on TNA Impact, TNA Wrestling. He was the special referee in the TNA World Title match.
Why? What? What the fuck is going on? Frankie Kazarian?
It's TNA Wrestling. He's the
Elite Hunter?
He's the TNA Money in the Bank holder. He's the TNA Call Your Shot Gauntlet winner.
He's the what? Oh my God. What the fuck? Oh my God. What is going on?
You would have thought I told him. You would have thought I told him that Ric Flair was still wrestling with the reaction you just gave. You're like, what?
What does he have on these people? I don't understand. I liked Kazarian back in the day. He's been done for a while. Why is he the money in the bank holder, whatever the fuck they call it?
Call your shot.
I'm just hoping. I'm just hoping for a blowout in that race, one way or the other. Because I can't deal with the way it was last. No, ill. By the way, I won't say who.
He said ill. Like I suggested putting a condom on with Rhea Ripley.
I live in New York. My vote is irrelevant in the presidential elections. Like, it is what it is.
It's never irrelevant. If I was still in New York, I would be voting.
Friend of mine, by the way. I won't say who. Friend of mine.
I already know. You only have one other friend.
Who has claimed to be a conservative his whole life. He's claimed this. He's claimed to be a conservative. He's never voted, but has claimed to be a conservative his whole life. Is voting for Kamille because she's going to give loans to small businesses and he wants one. That's it. Pure self-interest. Never voted.
You have to realize, Jimmy, longtime fans of this channel know who you're talking about. Know who we are. And of course I do. I know him very well. And I know his logic. And this is the same dude that when Kamala was first suggested as a candidate, he was on, I saw him in Facebook comments, shitting all over this.
As soon as he see anything for himself, all of his values go right out the fucking window. I'll take that loan now, please. Thank you. Holy shit.
Watch AE recap if you want to go back in time on this channel. But next up, we have Jimmy Macram's favorite time in the show. It's time for Cal Fletcher and his new haircut alongside Don Callis. They come to the stage with some big, major boos. I will say, whatever Callis is doing, just stand next to Cal Fletcher. It sounds like he's one of the biggest heels in this company. Callis said that Fletcher has something important to say. Fletcher gets on the mic and he says that he is calling out Will Ospreay to come out here and answer its challenge from last week. He says, Will, come on down. But Will never came out. Fletcher says he's just as disappointed as all of the fans, but then the Aussie Open theme music hits, and out comes his former tag team partner, Mark Davis, walking out. This was a surprise for me. He walks out of the babyface tunnel as well, and Fletcher wasn't expecting it, but then he goes in for a hug, but Davis turns him down. Davis says that he wishes he could say the same thing about Fletcher being happy to see him, but Fletcher knows Ospreay is at home because of what Fletcher did to him. Davis doesn't know who he's even looking at anymore. Fletcher said that what's happened since Davis has been gone was Don Callis has opened his eyes to realize that Will Ospreay never cared about him, never cared about them. Davis should forget about Ospreay since Ospreay forgot about Davis. Fletcher says that he made sure Davis will always have a spot in the family. Davis says that he doesn't want to be in the family because they had an empire, but Fletcher destroyed it. Davis walks away, but Fletcher says that a day will come soon where Davis will have to make a hard decision. As he's shown, he has no issues cutting problems loose. This was a much better effective use of time than last week's promo. Last week's promo where I said half of it was great, the other half was not so much. This was perfect at 5 minutes. This perfect use. Fletcher did the heel thing of inviting an injured star out to get more heat, which he did. And then Davis coming out, very much a very logical everything he said. Like, why would I be good with you? Like, yeah, we're tag team partners. Yeah, we have a connection, but Ospreay's always looked out for us. Ospreay brought us into United Empire. Why did you do that to Ospreay? And he's like, no, you need to come on my side. Fuck Ospreay. Come on my side. And Davis is like, I don't know about that because you ruined a good thing. So I like that they paced this out and they didn't give us all the answers in this segment as well. What did you think?
We had an empire. No, you were named Empire. There's a difference. Knock it off. This is good. This is fine. Fletcher was good here. Davis was good. Enough, at least. Ospreay's making sure his guy gets minutes, I suppose. Even though Don Callis is right there, it should be doing the talking, you would imagine. But hey, it's a personal beef between the two of them right now. I don't know how far away Mark Davis is from returning, but I guarantee you when he does return, I can guarantee you, it's Tony Khan. Anything can happen. But if we had some common sense, Mark Davis would be babyface for a match, maybe two. Do a match with fucking Fletcher and then turn right away. Because, duh. Yeah. Why? His career's over otherwise. No disrespect, sir. I'm just saying, you're better as a tag team. Clearly.
Absolutely. Because if he turns heel, I would be like, yeah, if he's back, they turn heel. I was like, they're the team that should beat Private Party for the titles.
Ooh. I'm not mad at that. I mean, not particularly kill one way or another, but I'm not mad at that.
We got Big Man Don who says Kyle the Barber Fletcher looks like the guy Don would cast as himself in a movie about his life.
I get that. Those glasses are wild. Niggas wearing the same glasses.
It's like I'm wearing the same glasses as my dad. Byron Kidd says Don Callis Jr. He also says, I'm sorry, but Kyle Fletcher gives me shut up and wrestle.
He does. I'm sorry. He's fine. He's fine. I need all this. A lot of talking. A lot of talking for somebody who's not a great talker. Get Mercedes back.
We do have a super chat donation here. Thank you so much. I Make Beats saying Happy Halloween, THH family. Thank you so much. I Make Beats, one of our big supporters of the channel. Always appreciate the love you give us and being a member of the channel as well. And yes, we got to it. I hope you saw us get to your super chat donation. Even though he says we're not wearing Halloween costumes, I am. I'm British.
I'm Ice Cube.
Fair. Well, he's a Dodgers fan. I would expect.
Yeah, I would imagine. No, he was there at the fucking. He did a performance, I think. Or whatever the fuck. The first pitch. Whatever the fuck.
There you go.
So disappointed. The LA.
Me and the missus. We watched Friday the other day too. So.
What you think? Her first time seeing it?
No. She said no. I don't know if she's seen it before. I should ask her. Well, she said I think she has watched.
Watch it for her. She didn't even watch it for her. This nigga watch it for himself.
Absolutely.
Fair enough.
I feel like Friday is the best of the three, but I think the most rewatchable is next Friday.
Is that with Cat Williams?
No, that's Friday after next.
Oh, no more locked doors. That's next.
No more locked doors, because I always laugh at that. I always laugh at Mike Epps' whole rant about Baby D. You know, Baby D know where all the new snacks is at. He told me, I know about this new Twinkie. When you eat it, it shoot out killer. Like that whole rant. I'm sorry, I always laugh. I don't care how many times I've seen it. I laugh every time.
I don't think I've ever seen it from start to finish. So it's on USA or something, and I'll stop and watch it. I'm like, I've never seen it.
There you go. You got a new video idea. Watch it finally from start to finish. Then we go backstage to Renee Paquette, and she is with Hangman Adam Page.
Her face was hilarious.
He said in July, Jay White entered the Owen Hart tournament in hopes of an AEW world title match. It wasn't Christian Cage who cost White the match, and 3 months on the shelf, it was Hangman Adam Page. Their record in their series of matches in their career is 4-1 after he beat him at Wrestle Dream. And he said that there's no such thing as redemption. Not for White, not for Page. There's only wins and losses and consequences that follow. That was a great line. Page knows White will go for his bad leg, and he knows his exact game plan. But White won't know what Page's is. Will he hit him with a steel chair? Will he choke out his friends as he watches? Will he burn his house down? Page is certain at the end of Full Gear, when he beats Jay White, he'll leave him like many others have stood in his way. Hurt. With less than you've had before. He will leave Jay White behind and be done with him after that. This was a great promo. I just really enjoyed this Hangman Adam Page character. There's no redemption. And if anyone knows that there's no redemption, it's the guy who finally got his redemption and is still fucking pissed off.
This is a good promo. But as per always, I'm interested in what Jay White does. Here's the issue. When we get to heels and baby faces now. This man just outright threatened you, threatened to burn your house down. Next move should be, obviously, Jay White and company jump Hangman. Obviously, is the next move. This nigga's dangerous, he's jumped. But Hangman is a heel and you're a babyface, so I'm not sure what the actual move is going to be. He calls him out, probably. And they have a brawl, I guess. I'm not here! Oh, however Jay White sounds. And they have
that was your New Zealand accent.
Right here! The Switchblade and Bang Bang Gang.
Got that?
I look forward to this match.
God.
They've done a strangely solid job of this match. Jay White's going to lose, obviously.
I would just laugh if he doesn't lose. Do y'all really think that the fucking Hangman is Teflon? Like he can lose as many times as we see Wheeler Yuta, then Pac, then Claudio Castagnoli, then Marina Shafir waits with the suitcase with the AEW World Championship in it, and you can hear it rattling in the suitcase, which makes it even more funny. As John Moxley and her walk down the hallway, they are out next. We then see Moxley and Shafir walking backstage. They walk up to the steps where Pac, Claudio, and Wheeler are sitting there waiting for them, and they all join up with them as they make their official entrance through the crowd to the Death Rider music. Commentary told us that Chuck Taylor is recuperating at home following the attack last week. As Tony Schiavone said that he was still in the hospital on Saturday. Moxley doesn't expect Orange Cassidy or anyone else to appreciate what they're doing. But one day, they'll understand. Cassidy thinks that he challenged Moxley when it's the other way around. What Moxley did to Chuck Taylor was cutting off some distraction in his life so Orange can focus on his goals. They realized that Cassidy was their guy, They don't want Orange to catch the disease that so many in AEW have. They have a fat paycheck and are content with where they are. Moxley continues to push Cassidy, who has yet to walk through the valley yet. Moxley said that when it happens, Orange won't fight him on the mountaintop. They'll fight in that valley, where Cassidy better be willing to die in it, talking about this ring. Moxley is prepared to do so, and Cassidy thinks that he's pulling the strings. Well, let's see about that. You say that you won't let anyone else get hurt, and then we see Moxley whisper to Claudio as Pac and Shafir look at Claudio and get like the heads up. At least they're holding down Wheeler Yuta. Claudio gets a steel chair and he places it around Wheeler Yuta's neck. Wheeler is trying to fight free. He doesn't know what's going on. And they place it around his neck like he's Chuck Taylor from last week. Claudio gets in the corner. Looks like he's about to stomp down on it when Orange Cassidy sprints to the ring and immediately gets taken down by the Blackpool Combat Club. Shafir takes Yuta to the corner and slaps him across the face and tells him to go after Orange, and he does. They start putting the boots to Orange until Dark Order hit the ring and were immediately beaten down by Moxley and the crew. Yuta took out Evil Uno with a steel chair. Alex Reynolds taken down by Claudio, while John Silver is getting hit the crap beat out of him by John Moxley. They place a chair around Orange Cassidy's neck at ringside when Darby comes down from the rafters, from the fucking ceiling. This man is stuck on the fucking repeller. He's like going crazy trying to attack Claudio while still being hung up by the repeller. He falls through the table at ringside, the announce table. They start brawling frantically as this going on. He jumps on Claudio's back. Reynolds made the save, helping to finally free Darby from the repeller. The brawl started as Top Flight, Leo Rush, Private Party, and Daniel Garcia all hit the ring. The numbers game is finally too much for the Blackpool Combat Club that Shafir and Moxley bail with the rest of the crew. But then we hear the music of the AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, as they see Private Party is in the ring. They come down for their matchup for the titles. But man, this was rightfully chaotic. This is kind of fits the theme of this whole entire story they've been playing off with the BCC, where it feels very much like booked in like it's 1996 Nitro. Like the BCC is the threat. Finally, the AEW locker room is coming together, so they finally had the numbers advantage at the right time against the BCC instead of being late like they've been as of late. But this also sets up at Full Gear. It will be John Moxley defending the AEW World Championship against Orange Cassidy. That will be the main event of the show coming up on Saturday, November 23rd. And also later in the show, they announced for next week's AEW Dynamite from New Hampshire, it will be Orange Cassidy teaming up with Darby Allin. Darby Allin's first match since Wrestle Dream, as they teamed to versus the Blackpool Combat Clubs, Claudio Castagnoli and Pac. What did you think about? Huh? Not a main event. I knew you were going to say that. What did you think about Moxley's promo and the brawl that ensued?
Moxley, good promo as per always. He can only do good promos unless he's going to take it up and actually go great. I liked what he had to say. I don't know how I feel about the Wheeler Yuta thing, because I think we're supposed to believe that Moxley would do it, right? But if he does it, he is ruining one of his guys. And I mean, like, betrayal. I mean, like, you need more guys if you're gonna take over this place.
I like it because, like, the whole thing with Shafir bringing him to the corner and slapping him around, he's like a brainwashed pawn for the BCC, where they just used him. They didn't even tell him the plan. They just used him as bait, and then he just fell in line with the rest of the crew.
I like that part. As for the massive brawl, was fun, at least. I don't know about Darby showing up this early. Now, listen, I don't need you to keep him out for a year like he did Sting, but was he just gone yesterday? When was Wrestle Dream?
That's like 3 weeks ago.
And he was already back. Ironically, this reminds me of Darby's last turn, where he came back and tallied too early. Then, too. And now he's playing second to Orange Cassidy. All right. Fucking sure. This is all good. Good. A mess, but a goodish mess. I'll take it.
Yeah. Big Man Dawes says this was an ADHD segment in a good way.
Yeah. Nobody seems to be on the same page here. At all. At all.
Like it. I enjoyed this. Eric Isaac saying it's Sting. Darby. I was like, yes, come down from the Raptors. Come down from the Raptors. We know you're the Sting in this story, but you're just hitting us over the head with it. I approve. Next up. Hey, Sting wasn't going for too long either. He never attacked the NWO. They did the big reveal. They waited like, what was it? 6 months until uncensored before he finally attacked the NWO.
And this nigga's having a match next week.
Hey, at least AEW didn't deny him. They didn't have a fake Darby to be like, oh man, Darby turned against us.
You can't do that. That could be fun. I ain't gonna hold you.
Get like Spike Dudley and shave his head and blood and bleach it blood. Darby. It's Darby. And put him in a pink jacket and then say, oh, it's a fake Darby. Darby turned on AEW. But that, yeah, like I said, the Young Bucks music hit to bring them out for the AEW World Tag Team Championship matchup against Private Party, Zay and Quinn. Nicholas and Zay kick things off quick with a series of pin attempts against one another. We get a stare down center ring with Zay not backing down. Blind tag from Matthew. They hit a pop-up assisted drop kick to gain control. Quinn manages a tag and he hits a double Hurricane Rana on the Bucks to the outside as Zay launched off of Quinn's back for a massive dive onto both Bucks. Back inside, Nicholas sent Quinn over the top to the floor as he ran distraction on the referee Rick Knox, allowing Matthew to bring a ring bell into play. Quinn manages to rip the ring bell from Matthew, but Matthew ducks and Quinn nails Zay. I was like, yo, they're gonna have him turn on him? They're gonna have Quinn turn on Zay, or they're gonna have Zay turn on Quinn because he buzzes Zay open. Zay came up bleeding as Nicholas hits a Falcon Arrow off the steps on Zay, while Quinn eats a superplex from Matthew in the ring. Quinn takes the heat for a bit. The Bucks controlled the entire commercial break. Quinn finally makes it to the corner after fighting back against the Bucks, and you could see the inner conflict in the bloody Zay. Should he just walk away and go singles like Stokely Hathaway has been saying this whole time, or should he stay and fight to keep the team together? He finally decides to extend his hand, and he runs wild. It's a pop-up double drop kick on the Bucks as Quinn and Zay fired off double super kicks before going up top for stereo 450 splashes on both Bucks. We get the 2 count for that. Poetry in Motion is hit once while going for a second. Nicholas counters, jumping off Quinn's back for a destroyer on Zay, followed by an assisted slice spread by Matthew, and then the double stomp into the pendulum powerbomb for a 2 count. Quinn is sent outside as Matthew bit the forehead of Zay. They hit Risky Business and get a near fall. Nicholas was low bridged by Quinn, who hit a springboard moonsault and a tope suicida to Matthew, another somersault to Nicholas. Quinn took too long to follow up, so the Bucks were able to hit a Doomsday Device punt kick to lay him out. They drag him up the entranceway and then go back to the ring to distract the referee as the comic book villain himself, Kazuchika Okada, comes out as the referee's distracted, tombstones Quinn in the entranceway, and then has the biggest shit-eating grin on his face as he walks away. I pop so much for that. This leaves Zay on his own. He hits a powerbomb Insecurity combo. Nicholas hits a springboard Hurricane Rana into a Matthew Cutter. They do their own, which is their own version of Gin and Juice, which Excalibur, his best call of the entire night, where he calls it the milk and cookies. The Bucks pumped up their sneakers and hit the super kick party, but Zay kicks out. They go for the EVP trigger, but Zay collapses before it happened. They went for it again, and Zay ducks. He gets a small package, only gets a 2 on Matthew. Zay fought off a TK driver, but was ultimately caught with the EVP trigger. They get the 1, 2, and Zay kicks out again. The crowd is going nuts at this point. Nicholas and Matthew then decide, hey, we're going to pull a page out of our old Elite members book. You get Nicholas, who does the pose and everything and hits the V trigger on Zay. Matthew follows up and hits a one-winged angel on Zay, and no one kicks out of that. So Quinn comes out of nowhere and breaks up the count. It's only a 2. The crowd goes crazy again. Nicholas gets crotched on the top rope as they go for more bang for your buck. We get a poison Rana to Matthew that sends him outside. And then Zay and Quinn finally hit the Gin and Juice. 1, 2, 3. Private Party is your new AEW World Tag Team Champions. Before they can grab the titles or get the titles given to them by Rick Knox, the Bucks take the titles away, and they decide to show respect to Zay and Quinn and hand them the titles, putting it on their shoulders, showing some sportsmanship before they leave. Private Party go into a big celebration. They celebrate in the ring. They celebrate with the fans in the crowd. They go to the front row. They're doing the little mosh pit dancing with the fans in the front row. And then they go into the crowd and celebrate some more as the Bucks leave dejected. What a match. My Lord. This was a fantastic tag team match. Like Zay, I thought his performance was great. One of the best matches of his entire career. Just the resiliency that he showed to keep kicking out, and the crowd just getting hotter and hotter and hotter after every kick out attempt. We got Tony Khan in his best Triple H impersonation, taking a picture with the new champions, posting it on social media after the matchup. This was a great Dynamite. This is one of the best Dynamite moments for me of the year, because I feel like Private Party, they earned this opportunity to finally win the big one and win the tag team championship. It felt like a special moment, like a big moment in their career, how they sold it and the crowd reaction that they got for it. And I thought the match was brilliant. What did you think?
I know you have more important things to do, but can you put that picture back up?
Yeah, of course. Why do you want me to?
Are these niggas both biting their lip? What kind of Diddy freak off picture is this?
Yes, they are. They're both biting their lip. The only one who's not is Tony.
He looks really happy to be there. But to tear that ass up.
You're a racist. You're a racist.
Really good match. I go great. It actually reminded me a lot of the Acclaimed versus Lee and Swerve. That's what it reminded me quite a bit of. Except the right team won this time. This was a really good match. The Bucks were at their best, I suppose. Nick was great, as per usual, but Matt, even Matt didn't bother me in this match. Obviously, Private Party, very athletic. Zay does feel like a star to me. How much of a star? Let's not get crazy, but like, could be. He's the Shawn Michaels of the Rockers, clearly.
Yeah.
No disrespect. I bought quite a few of the near falls. I think the one-winged angel near fall in particular got me.
I was like, that's over. Like, it's over. No one kicks out of that.
It's over. Which is crazy. Yeah, you want the belts, right? Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, certain things you got to do. Certain things you got to do.
I'm sorry, guys. It popped me. It popped me too much. I couldn't even give him the disclaimer for that.
Post match, yeah, it's what people do, I guess. It's both of our moments, really. We helped make you. You're welcome, Darby. Cody said, "You're welcome, fucking private party." The Bucks say, both EVPs, both egomaniacs. Obviously, the fuck.
Jimmy just thinking, Kenny didn't do that when he lost to Hangman at Full Gear. He just let him have his moment.
Here you go. I am giving this to you. You're not giving it to me. I took it. That's how that works. So I took it. What you handed it to me for? Oh well. Yeah, it was a great match. Post match was whatever. I did like the celebrating. They had quite a bit of time to celebrate, and I appreciate it. It did feel like a moment. It's going to go anywhere? I doubt it. But it was a moment. Really good.
I enjoyed this a lot. And I will say, like, for all the criticism that the Bucks title reign got, and it was legitimate, them not defending the titles from winning the titles at Dynasty all the way until like June, like a whole 2 to nearly 3 months of them not defending their titles. They deserved all that criticism. But I will say, from All In on, they recovered this, where I would say that this was at the very least passable, but I would say a good title reign, because you had the pretty good matchup, which was the 3-way at All In, a good match with the BCC at All Out, the fantastic match with Ospreay and Fletcher at Grand Slam, a great match with Private Party at Wrestle Dream, and in this match, another great, one of the best tag team matches of the year. And this one, I would say it's a good title reign overall.
Sure. I don't feel like fighting this right now because I have a bigger fight coming up later.
That's fair. That's fair. You know how to pick your spots. You pick your spot. We got Christopher. Christopher Kidd said the Young Bucks took the moment from Hangman in his title win too, with that nod of permission BS. Oh yeah, you're right.
God about shitty Matt Jackson. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, thank you. I wasn't gonna, but now you said it's okay, so I guess I'm him. We only murdered each other for 30 minutes. Okay, I guess I'll do it now. Bobby Lashley booking ass niggas. I'm sorry. Some niggas are terrible. Some niggas shouldn't book.
Oh man. Renee Paquette is backstage with Jamie Hayter and Penelope Ford, who said everyone seems to have forgotten who she is, including Hayter.
Fuck are you?
Ford says that she's gone through glass, barbed wire, screws in her head, so she's going to take what Hayter took from her. Hayter says that Ford keeps talking about 2.5 years ago. Ford is lucky. Next week, she's going to mop the floor with Penelope Ford. I will say, I do agree with you. Jamie Hayter looks like Daphne from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I assume that was the point. I hope. She said, mop the floor with you, girl. In her accent, it sounded frightening as fuck. Especially considering she stands like a foot taller than fucking Penelope Ford, at least in that picture. Listen, just get this. Like, what the fuck? Is Penelope Ford like shoeless and Jamie's wearing heels?
I think Jamie had to be wearing those platform shoes to go along with her outfit.
You might be onto something. Okay. I'm like, yo, I know Hayter's taller than her, but not that much. Jesus. This is fine. This will not be a squash. It should be a squash. It should be 5 minutes total. 5 minutes max, including entrances. Let's go. Fucking Penelope Ford. I'm sorry. She's very talented, but come on. She's very attractive. So what? And now we've done our Daphne thing. We need to move on from red hair. I don't know if it's completely blonde, like almost everybody else in this fucking roster, but we should have like that mix she had before. It was like half black, half blonde.
Yeah.
Put on 15 pounds. Bring the ass straps back. What the fuck is going on here? Stop doing this to me.
This man still wants the ass straps. He wants ass straps.
Please. Don't ask so much.
We then get some hype for the main event. They learned to see. TK, thanks for watching the Ramble. We get a tale of the tape for the main event between Swerve Strickland and Shelton Benjamin, the standard of excellence versus the most dangerous man in AEW.
What's wrong with the standard? What's wrong with the standard? The standard of excellence. Oh, anus.
I love his thrust kick is called the burning thrust kick. And I guess the T-bone suplex is the hurt fall.
That's Jesus. Who's naming this shit? Shelton, fire whoever fuck's naming this shit. The standard of excellence, the hurt fall. What?
We then get promos from MVP and Prince Nana talking about typing up their charges ahead of the main event matchup. But good video package, good tale of the tape, other than the nicknames.
Yeah, it's fine.
Then we come back from commercial break, and it's Chris Jericho. We see footage of the ladder war from last week where Jericho defeated Mark Briscoe for the Ring of Honor World title. We then go to the stage where the Learning Tree are standing by. Big Bill said, "Teamwork makes the dream work, and only if the team works together." Jericho brings up the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Said that his ladder match last week will be remembered for a long time. No, I literally forgot it from my notes on True Hill Heat on Saturday. And Dave Meltzer gave it 4 stars. Can you stop this gimmick of mentioning Dave and how bad his ratings have gotten? Jericho thanked Briscoe for helping him fulfill his prophecy of becoming the new Ave and becoming a 2-time Ring of Honor World Champion like Jay Briscoe. Then he mistakenly calls Cleveland Cincinnati and says, oh. And then he brings up Terrifier 3 again. Jericho says that with all due respect to Jon Moxley, he made sure he said with all due respect, AEW made it what it is and will do. He made it AEW what it is today, and he will do the same for Ring of Honor. He'll do that because he can, and not to underestimate Chris Jericho, which Big Bill then repeats and says, "Don't underestimate Chris Jericho, everyone, dumbasses." Jericho says that he'll take Ring of Honor to places they've never been before. I was waiting for him to be like, "We're coming to True TV."
Right?
That's the only way. That's the only way you can pay off this type of promo. Is that they announced should be at this point. At this point, I don't want Chris Jericho to be the Ring of Honor World Champion, but if you're gonna have him, and the point is that you're chose to get on a television network, you have to have Chris Jericho be the one who announces that. It can't be a Tony Khan special announcement. It has to be a Chris Jericho special announcement, and he's the one that says, ROH, I got ROH to mainline cable television.
So I think this deal's never going to happen.
It's not. I lived through this 2 years ago. I'm scarred. I got PTSD. Right.
So I was like, because we know what there's a cutoff number, and the cutoff number is apparently Rampage. Like, that's just too low for our blood. We'll pass on that. But Collision is high enough. So numbers in between Rampage and Collision is a cutoff number. I don't think Ring of Honor is going to do what you need to do. So that's not happening. Jericho was fine. Fine as straw. It was painless. It was in and out. It was like getting a shot. Yeah, I'd rather not. But as long as it's not too painful, I guess I can get it and move on with my fucking life. Something's going on with Jericho and Meltzer. What is going on here? 2 old people trying to hold on for dear life. What is this? Like, you help me, I help you. I talk good about you. You mentioned me on TV.
I said a bunch of times when Meltzer got like inside scoops on AEW, I was like, I know his source is Chris Jericho. I know they're friends. That's been clearly established with him and Briscoe getting 4 stars last week.
Oh, Jesus. He said it's that bad. Fair enough. I can see that. It's definitely a working relationship. This is egregious. It's like it doesn't get him any heat bringing up the Dave Meltzer stuff. Even though he's pretending like it is. Just mentioning this nigga in front of fucking 600,000 people. Enough. Get him some more fucking newsletters. Fuck him.
Helping him sell the newsletter. There we go. We got another super chat donation here from Will Chisholm. I forgot the bumper for I Make Beats, so this one is for I Make
Weapon
Beats.
in hand too, and Blackpool Combat Club, they better wear out Kenny as long as they can. Because Hangman's going to come out here.
I think Wheeler doing the running man as he's doing it is worse than even Moxley. And then this is for you, Will.
But don't push me. That's Tupac.
Thank you so much, Will. He says, Bobby and Swerve going to ask Tony, can they call their match a Mandingo fight? LOL.
Swerve's gonna think we hate them. He's gonna think we hate fucking Swerve. We don't hate Swerve. We love Swerve over here. At least half of us do.
Swerve shared my one of
Talk
my
about me.
One of my lists.
I'm the one that loves Swerve. Between the two of us, you're the Swerve lover. Did you even buy his fucking book?
Swerve Strickland?
Yeah.
You bought his book?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm not sure if you see it. I got a whole bunch of books up here. I got them out of storage. Yeah. Okay. Autobiography.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Because
fuck that, you get two. You get two for that.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
All right.
I'm like, what? I'm like, you bought Swerve's book? What? I was like, when did Swerve have a book? Oh, man.
Love you, Swerve. Clearly.
Can't take this thing. We got another super chat donation here from Will Chisholm. Thank you so much, Will. Appreciate
They go
support.
on Twitter. I don't see how this is going to work. This is absolutely ridiculous, Sid.
Will says, just remember, CW wanted ROH before NXT. You could have got that 100 to 200,000 bump. Would have put y'all at 250.
200,012 people. Oh, hey. Hey.
Very well done. Very well done. Frantic World says, why do you have that function?
The fuck? I love that. Frantic World, where you from? Not a lot of reading where you're from, huh? Niggas don't read. It's an important book. Aren't you black? Why haven't you fucking looked at that book? You even got to read it. Did you not do it in school? What's the matter with you?
Uncle Tom's Cabin. We got another super chat donation from Christopher Kidd. Thank you so much, guys. You're killing the game. Thank you so much, Christopher. Always appreciate the
fucking Mark.
I miss him, Jerry.
Christopher says, I saw Uncle Tom Cabin coming a mile away. Pop me. No disclaimer for that one. He's like, wait, look. I got it right.
Sorry, Swerve.
He was waiting. He planned that, folks. This was a plant. This was a planned spot. Thank you, Christopher, for the super chat donation. We get a video package, a video pre-tape promo from Anna Jay, hyping up her AEW Women's World Title matchup against Mariah May on AEW Collision from Philadelphia this Saturday. I thought this was a nice little told story talking about Jay going to Japan to get more experience and improve, while Mariah May, who has already been a star in Japan, was less than impressed. We get Jay talking about how she was wide-eyed and bushy-tailed and green when she first got here, but now she's got the experience that she needs to finally become a champion. What did you think about this video package, this hype package for Collision?
It was fine. But come on now. Who is she for one? Who's she kidding? Why couldn't she go to the fucking... She went to Japan. Why can't she go to fucking Samoa? And learn how to talk. Because this shit is heinous. What the fuck? I'm sorry. She is not a great promo. Not a great talker. I just think she's better as a heel. She's not better as a heel. She's not better as a babyface. She just can't talk. It doesn't come naturally to her. I don't know why. It happens. Some people are naturals, like Willow. Some people are not, like Anna Jay. You know what? It's hanging out with Jungle Boy. That's what it is. It's whittling away her fucking charisma.
It's rubbing off on her.
Oh. Hey, Mariah May should squash her. This should be another squash, but whatever. Neither here nor there. I'm sure she'll cheat to beat Anna Jay.
Hey, she lost to her at Battle of the Belts. So
fucking heinous. Mariah, am I misremembering? Did Mariah May have one of the fucking greatest heel turns ever just a little while ago? Or was that somebody else? She bloodied somebody with a shoe and licked their blood. Well, this is amazing. And now she's losing to fucking Anna Jay. But they have a 15-minute match with Anna Jay.
They're going to have to do something to heat her up because I suspect that Timeless Toni Storm either makes her return at Full Gear or just before Full Gear.
I'm not sure. I like Toni Storm a lot. A lot. Why are we treating this like this is fucking Austin and Rock or MJF and Punk or some shit? Where we got to hold off on the fucking Tony and fucking Mariah May rematch. No, we don't. We should have had that match 2 months ago. Just you do the fucking match on the pay-per-view after All In. Or after All Out, I guess. The fuck? Just do the match. You gotta hold off for it because we gotta. No, we don't. We don't. Good Lord.
We go backstage to Alex Marvez, who was trying to get a word with the former AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, when he runs into TNT Champion Jack Perry, who runs him off. But then Daniel Garcia shows up. He asks where Perry was at during the brawl with the BCC, and he says that, oh, you got to go console your boys because you're going to be the next to lose your title. Perry looked to bully Garcia, who just slammed Perry against the wall like his name was CM Punk. Perry fired back at Garcia, saying that the crowd used to. He was like, "You got to dance for me, like you did for the crowd." Smirking at Garcia, who stormed off after that little line from Perry. Perry then walked into the Elite's locker room where he saw Brandon Cutler was helping the Young Bucks shred documents. As Matthew and Nicholas were packing their bags, they tell Perry that they have to go, and they say they have to talk. And Perry pushes the camera away and slams the door as the Elite is acting very suspicious.
What the fuck is going on? How cool would that have been if that was set up? Like, at any time before this, like the BCC are keeping the Bucks around for whatever purpose, and now the Bucks have fulfilled their purpose, and now the Bucks know, oh shit, we need to get the fuck out of here. Instead, they just lost belts that the BCC is so no interest in ever. What are we doing? Good Lord! Whole bunch of people.
But the people that fired up the private party in the first place was BCC.
Okay.
So maybe their whole destiny was for them to lose the titles to Private Party, and now that they lost the titles, they're in trouble.
Now they know the Bucks and they're gonna kill them. What are we doing? Why are we shredding papers? Well. By the way, I've been talking about Garcia and Perry. Awesome. If somebody watches the Ramble, nobody believes Jack Perry's a badass. Why are we pretending? What the fuck? You're the one that showed us he wasn't. We didn't know. You showed us he wasn't by playing that footage. Great. So let's acknowledge he's a bitch. We did here. I like it. So let somebody yoke you up twice. Ugh.
He's so like the freaking smart aleck kid in high school that talks a whole bunch of shit but can never back it up in a fight. So like he gets his shit kicked in and it's against the wall, but he still got to say something slick that gets him off of it. That shit eating grin at the end. I was like, this is the best presentation of his character.
Yes, easily. Better than beating up Shibata. Like, what are we doing? Knock it off. Stop it. You.
Oh man, we got Big Man Dogs. He says I popped at Garcia ragdolling Perry twice. Yeah, Perry tried to push him back, and he just
I was like, holy shit. I don't know if I would agree to that if I was fucking Jack Perry. If I can't actually get you off me, I'm not going to agree to do it. I don't think. I need some type of control here. Like if I have to get you off me, I actually can. That was kind of scary. I didn't know Garcia had that kind of strength in him. I know Jack Perry's not the strongest motherfucker in the world, but still, like, oh, Jesus.
He got that Puerto Rican strength in him. He took it out.
Yeah,
took it out on him.
I won't say it. I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Unlike that fucking comedian.
Oh God, no! Don't do it. Don't do it, Skip.
I was gonna say, of course, it's strong. Only eat is garbage over there.
Next up, we get Chris Statlander going one-on-one with Kamille with Mercedes Moné in her corner. It was power versus power. I like the Chris Statlander coming out with the little vampire face paint for Halloween. Power advantage is anyone's game here as they were very evenly matched early on. Kamille with the early shoulder tackle. Statlander popped right up as Kamille was posing and took her down before a stalemate. Kamille low bridge Statlander.
Look at
Statlander.
Look at that. What? That's the cake he was talking about earlier, by the way. That's the cake. On Kamille right there. He was talking about earlier.
Kamille hit a big lariat to lay out Statlander as we went to commercial break. Back from break, Statlander hits a snap power slam, which gets the crowd into things as she finally puts down Kamille. She sidesteps a Kamille pump kick and then hit an F5 for a 2 count. Statlander missed a 450 splash, allowing Kamille to hit a Rough Rider for a 2 of her own. Torture rack spin into the powerbomb connects, but Statlander somehow kicks out. We get Kamille goes for a tombstone, but Statlander reverses it into the Wednesday Night Fever for the 1-2-3. Chris Statlander once again ends another undefeated streak, and the TBS champion Mercedes Moné looked none too pleased. She gets into the ring after the matchup and hits Statlander from behind with the TBS championship. She then takes the mic and orders Kamille to the back. Moné then says, when you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. She then held up the TBS title up to the face of Statlander, who was motionless and stood tall. What did you think about Statlander versus Kamille? I thought it was too short to kind of like amount to anything, especially when you have a commercial break in between. For most of y'all, I was watching it on the fight feed, so I saw the whole matchup, but I know for most of y'all, you only saw 3 to 4 minutes of this match. So too short to amount to anything. And if this is your one women's match, you should at least give it like 10 minutes. But I understand they're trying to limit Kamille for right now because I don't think they have the trust in Kamille to have a long form matchup at this point. But I think that Statlander is more enough of a better matchup with her if they were given time. But you got to the point. The point is Statlander beats another undefeated powerful woman before she goes up against Mercedes, who's also undefeated in AEW.
What did you think? What do you think about Kamille, I should say? Have you in general?
I think I've seen her have good matches that are like 10, 12, 13 minutes. I don't think that she's like on the same level, though, of like your Statlanders, your Mercedes, your Willows, your Timeless Tony Storms, your Mariah Mays in the ring. Thunder Rosa is another one in the ring. I don't think she's on that level yet. So I think that they have to ease her along. I think they wanted to get away from the whole obstacle of the undefeated streak because we saw what that led them down before with Jade Cargill, where it just was undefeated streak was all they had for her.
Yeah, this match is fine. If you're gonna do this short, I would have went shorter. Like I think you tried the middle grounded, and it's just like nothing. Did nothing for anybody except maybe her Kamille. You're gonna make Statlander look a badass. Maybe look a badass. Beats in 5 minutes. Holy shit, Statlander's untouchable. Yeah, it was fine. It is what it is.
Fair. We got.
I'm shocked you all not more up in arms about fucking Tony Khan's booking of the women here, especially with Shawn Michaels losing his fucking mind on NXT. And SmackDown always has 2 women's matches at this point. I thought you guys would be more up in arms.
I mean, I think that we're just kind of used to it with Dynamite, and we have gotten it's not as bad as it was in the past, where we've had multiple Dynamites this year that had 2 women's matches, but he is going a little bit long with multiple Dynamites that have 1 women's match of below 10-minute matches. He's got to get better with that, and he's got to have what he was doing in the summer. In the summer, it was going well because he had to build to Mercedes and Britt and Mariah May and Timeless Toni Storm at the same time. So we were getting 2 women's matches and multiple women's segments throughout the night. He needs to get back to that.
Great. But what's he going to do? He's got Mercedes carrying one of the belts. Can't have a wrestle every week, apparently. I would, but you can't. She can't talk, but Lord. Oh, well. What the fuck's Willow? Sorry. This is the answer to everybody's question. It's the answer to every problem you ever have in life is Willow. And I don't see enough of her. Not nearly enough. Disgusted.
I agree. They haven't really used Willow since Wrestle Dream.
Even though Dr. Chris assured me that he had faith in the system and yada, yada, Professor Chris, yada, yada, yada. Oh, well.
He is a doctor, to be fair.
Oh, Dr. Negro. I'm pleased. I'm pleased. I'm happy for him. I'm not like
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I just watched the Ruckus episode where he gets his blood test. Where he goes, a white doctor is qualified, a black doctor is an oxymoron. That's hilarious. She got concussed. What the fuck? God damn it.
Who got concussed? Oh, Willow. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Willow suffered a concussion at CMLL. Yeah, that's right. Or she got pulled from CMLL because she had a concussion. Either way. Yeah. Unfortunate. Yeah. Chuck Berry's saying, where is the Virtuosa and Taya Valkyrie? They've been telling more of that story on like Collision and Rampage, but Dude, give them some segment on the A show so people will know about it, know what they're doing.
They should put nothing on Rampage. I don't understand why we should never promote it on Rampage. Why promote Rampage on Dynamite?
Rampage at this point to end the year, you only use Rampage to enhance either Dynamite or Collision. It has to be something that you're giving somebody a win to hype them up for a matchup on Dynamite or Collision, or you were basically a supplement of like, okay, this is what happened after. Like some of the social media stuff that's really good, play that on Rampage.
Yes. Why are we fucking watch Rampage? Why? Nobody's gonna fucking watch. And it's not gonna be here in a fucking few months. Why are we wasting our time? Fuck the show. Sorry.
We get a video package with a recent history between the Patriarchy, Kip Sabian, and Hook. Then we go backstage to Christian Cage, who offers an olive branch to Hook next week, where he says that he will explain himself for his actions. And then he looks lovingly at his contract and then looks up at the camera. Next week, face to face, Christian Cage and Hook.
Much as I criticize Triple H for taking his sweet ass time for things. What the fuck is this? The fuck is attack somebody, then he shows up the next week to say, watch me the next week. What? Nigga, if you don't spit it out, good Lord.
I'll explain myself, but next week when we figure, it's like the Kyle Fletcher press conference. He was like, you know what? I'm not gonna explain myself this week. You gotta wait till next week where we can come up with something.
Ew. Hey, it's Christian, so I'll be watching.
Renee Paquette is backstage with the Conglomeration. Mark Briscoe said that the Ring of Honor World title means a whole lot to him. But the word of the day is instability, as Chris Jericho has none of that after letting Jay Briscoe's name come out of his mouth for the last time. Briscoe says that they have 3 of them in the Learning Tree, and he issues a 6-man tag for fight without honor against the Learning Tree for next week, Conglomeration Learning Tree. And he says that Big Tom will be with him, Kyle O'Reilly will be with him, and they're going to get it on. And that leads to next week, Fight Without Honor Trios matchup, the Conglomeration versus the Learning Tree.
You can't be serious.
No.
Is this supposed to be new? Like no Orange Cassidy, so it's a new match? You're not fooling me. Who are you fooling? What is this? Good Lord.
Hey, they gave us hype for 5 things on next week's show. Now they're setting records with the amount of stuff they promote for the next week.
Jesus Christ. The whole fucking card. Thanks. Except it's ass, so I'm not interested. What the fuck?
No, I like this graphic.
How big of that match would have been 2 years ago? What the fuck?
No, it would have been. Yeah, it would have been even bigger. But it's got to be good next week. And
that's a top 2 render of all time.
It is.
Behind Will Ospreay's fucking lion jacket.
Oh yeah, I forgot that one. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Give me Ospreay versus Malachi Black just for the graphic. Give me that. So then we go backstage and we see the Young Bucks are leaving the arena as Christopher Daniels runs up, asking them why are they turning their backs on the place that they created when they need them the most. Matthew said no one wanted to listen to them, so they'll be working from home. The Bucks drive off as Brandon Cutler stumbles back with a box of their shoes, and he's left behind, where he realizes that he's been left alone with the Blackpool Combat Club. You get Jon Moxley grabs up Christopher Daniels and makes him watch as the rest of the Blackpool Combat Club. You have Pac holding on to Cutler as Wheeler Yuta and Claudio, and you have Marina Shafir holding his hand against, I guess it's like a tractor trailer backstage, and Claudio fucking uses the hammer and bangs it across Cutler's hand as the Blackpool Combat Club once again send a message to the rest of AEW, and Moxley asks Daniels where his boys are going. Things were just getting good. And Daniels then yells for the doctor for Cutler.
Could have been amazing. First of all, there's so much I'm so very confused by. The fuck is Christopher Daniels? They have to stay. Stay for what? They weren't doing nothing when they were here. They quite literally avoided these niggas at all costs. Them staying here and avoiding them is no different from them going there and avoiding them. It's the same thing. And why are they so concerned now? They lost the belts. It'd be kind of cool if they lost it and then they did. Like, oh. Yeah, what? Daniels in the Bucks? Like, what? And Daniels is in tears watching what's his face get his hand broken? Daniels is a fucking grown-ass man. Fucking Moxley just hold him like a fucking little brother? Are you fucking serious? Oh my God. What the fuck are we doing? And there's nobody around. Because Daniels, who is the worst GM or whatever. What is his role exactly? Avatar.
Tony Khan Avatar.
The worst avatar fucking ever. Doesn't bring security with him, by the way. He just wanders around the building by himself. What fucking dope. You know, the psychopaths on the loose. Clearly. Holy shit. In a vacuum, I loved all this. But it's not, wrestling doesn't happen in a vacuum. This was awful. No. The fuck?
I did enjoy it. Even though I can care less about Brandon Cutler.
Oh.
And then finally, we
had... Time out! Them being champs has nothing to do with it being needed there, not to mention they just finished the match. Legit are not needed anymore. I mean, what's about next week? I'm talking about in general. Why are they running shook of the BCC when they have not run shook since? Is my question.
Well, they look shook. They look shook.
They look shook. Yes, you can look shook today. You can look shook next week. Why are you shredding papers and leaving the building? Is my question.
Maybe they have something to do with this.
Oh, man. What, they signed papers over to John Moxley?
Maybe.
Now I got.
Remember, John Moxley says, "I run this company now." Maybe he's the what was the Ric Flair shit?
The consortium.
He's the consortium. They sold their shares of AEW to John Moxley.
Absolutely.
Moxley's gonna reveal the truth now that they're gone.
I can't wait until fucking Moxley and all of them have everything they want. Then the Bucks come back with Kenny Omega and they clean the company. Oh, good Lord. It's gonna stink. I'm so annoyed.
I hear the battle cry. I can't wait for Omega to come back.
I'm good with that part. That's gonna be the best part. Is the fucking, I was gonna say the only draw, but one of the only two draws in this company coming back to get rid of these bums. But
he's gonna be on the New Japan show on Monday.
Is he wrestling?
As a special guest appearance. So I think he's gonna announce a match he's gonna be in a match at Wrestle Kingdom.
That could be fun. I do miss Kenny Omega, I must say.
Yeah. We did our predictions. You could check that out tomorrow here on the channel. Me, NJ News, talking about NJPW Power Struggle coming up next Monday. But let's finish up AEW Dynamite with the main event of the show. You had Swerve Strickland going one-on-one with Shelton Benjamin. Swerve coming out to a good ovation. Shelton Benjamin got a good response from this crowd. Benjamin wrestled Strickland to the mat early as MVP was going over to Prince Nana and whispering, talking trash to him. Strickland hit a head scissors into a stalemate between the two men as MVP then tried to coach up Shelton. We get a spinning belly-to-belly overhead suplex that sent Swerve flying to the floor as Benjamin tried to post him, but Strickland escaped and locked in an armbar across the post. Benjamin recovered and sent Strickland from the apron to the guardrail repeatedly. Strickland sidestepped a corner charge and hit a tiger fin kick. He then tried for a springboard, but Benjamin caught him with a big step-up knee that sent him to the floor. Back from commercial break, it was all Benjamin with the power game. Strickland battled back with a corkscrew kick. The crowd was loudly behind Swerve, who hit the leaping uppercut and then did his little dance before he hit a pump kick on the apron that dropped Benjamin back inside. Missile drop kick connects for a near fall. Strickland tried for the rolling flatliner, but Benjamin caught him in mid-move and spiked him with a DDT. Both men slowly rose to their feet for a stare down. They started trading kicks at the same time. They were going at it back and forth in this one. We get Swerve hitting a house call, and then he set up for the 450 splash and only got a close 2. Benjamin kicks out of the 450 splash and immediately grabs Swerve into a German suplex. I have never seen that before. I've never seen someone kick out into a waist lock into a German suplex. He released German suplex. He hits a step-up corner knee, but Strickland, out of desperation, hits the rolling flatliner for a double down as the crowd was loudly into this one. Swerve went to the top rope, but Benjamin leaped up, did the step-up. He tried for the superplex, but Swerve reversed it into a sit-out Liger bomb. He then gets back to the top rope, and he hits the Swerve Stomp 1, 2, 3. Swerve Strickland defeats Shelton Benjamin in this matchup here. What I thought was a very good main event to the show. These two men working very well with each other. But the post-match I thought was even better as you have MVP who looks on at the loss and he just says, all right, I got to make this call. Gets on his cell phone, calls up, makes a call to someone on the other end that he needs them here right now. The lights went out briefly, and then we get a drum roll. Then the music hits, and Bobby Lashley walks out on the stage to a huge reaction from this Cleveland crowd. Bobby walks down. He gives a big hug to MVP as Excalibur puts over immediately how Bobby Lashley could easily make a claim to the AEW World title. Lashley and Swerve are face to face as the crowd is going nuts with holy shit chants echoing through the arena. Benjamin pops up on the apron, distracting Swerve, who tries to go after him, and then turns around to Lashley, giving him a big clothesline. He gives him the big spine buster, all while MVP and Benjamin are putting the boots to Nana. Benjamin gets a big boot on Nana while Lashley puts in the hurt lock. Hilariously, we hear someone yell 90 seconds and then 45 seconds for the countdown to off of the air. Referees and security are running down. Shelton hits a big thrust kick to one security that took its head off. Then we hear 30 seconds to the end. MVP grabs the microphone and he says, "Guess who's back in business?" As we close the show with the Hurt Syndicate officially together and in AEW, standing over the bodies of Swerve Strickland and Prince Nana. What did you think, Jimmy, about the main event of the show, Shelton Benjamin and Swerve Strickland? And what did you think about the official arrival of Bobby Lashley in All Elite Wrestling?
I liked all of this. The match was pretty good. I must say, I've been impressed with what the way they've used Shelton so far. So much so that I think I would have protected him here in the finish. We don't use DQs often. I think I would have won DQ. I'm sorry. Shelton's not a main eventer, but he gives off that vibe. Like he looks like one. So I don't know how I would have done it, but I would have. I don't know about the phone call. If Lashley's here, like just go like this way. Like what are you calling him for? He's right there. Lashley's a star. I shouldn't say that. That's strong. Lashley has an aura about himself where he feels like, if I didn't tell you who these people were, I said, who's the star here? You go, that guy. Bald guy with the glasses. Yes, he does. He has not aged. Doesn't help that he has no hair or eyebrows. His eyebrows are definitely drawn on. Sorry to break the news to you, for all you fans. It was good. I liked how this all felt. Was it as good as I would have liked? No, but it was good enough. I don't know if Lashley's draw or not. I don't know. My guess would be no. But I would keep him in a glass case. It's like if you found somebody gave you a baseball card and it was in glass, and you have no clue whether it's worth any money or not. I would treat it like it is, just in case it is. That's Lashley.
I agree with you. 1,000%. I think I said this to you last night. I was like, yeah, his first match should be against Swerve at Full Gear, and he should not wrestle until then. And then you only use him for these, like similar to this one where he debuted a big, hyped up episode of Dynamite or pay-per-view. Those are the only times he wrestles.
You guys, I assume everybody here has seen Infinity War. Shelton Benjamin would be my, I forget what he's called in the movie. I think it's called the Maw. In comic books, he's called Ebony Maw. He's the guy that looks like Squidward and he's always talking shit. Remember, forget Thanos. Them niggas couldn't fuck with Ebony Maw. That should be Shelton. He's the badass of the group. And they only call fucking Lashley when it's some shit we really can't handle and we need the boss. The boss has got to come down from Olympus to fuck somebody up. Like Swerve. Or somebody else. No.
Agreed. That is how, like, they did a great job with Shelton Benjamin, like building him up for this matchup. Where it felt like a lot of it was an even match. And I saw some people online that was complaining about that. I was like, Swerve Strickland doesn't lose anything by Shelton Benjamin taking a majority of this match and then he wins in the end. He doesn't lose anything. He just makes Shelton look better.
Yeah, Shelton badass. None of those two matches there with Sammy and Leo Rush did a lot for him.
Yeah. Agreed there. Man, I like I said, I never seen anyone kick out of something and then go right into a German suplex. Like he kicked out and grabbed him by the waist. That shit, I was like, what? That was awesome. This was a very good match. Very good show overall, in my opinion. I think, you had stuff that you didn't like. I had stuff that I didn't like too much, but on the overall, this was a vast improvement on last week's show. But we've come to the end of another edition of AEW Dynamite. So final call for Super Chat donations. You guys have been awesome this week with the Super Chat donations. So we always appreciate that type of love and support. It helps us out so much here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. But y'all know the deal. Let us know in the chat your match of the night, your MVP, your LVP. Out of 10, what did you give the show? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle for me and Jimmy Macram for the October 30th Fright Night edition of AEW Dynamite in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up across the board from both of us. Jimmy, out of 10, what did you give the show?
7.5. Really solid. More than passable, I would say, is the bare minimum for a good show.
I gave it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for me. I thought this was a good show. Very good show. So some really good stuff between the main event, Bobby Lashley's debut, Private Party, and the Young Bucks. One of my favorite tag team matches of the year, with a big time moment that felt like a star-making performance for Isaiah Cassidy and the team overall of Private Party. All the Blackpool Combat Club stuff are really well done and feels genuinely chaotic. Good promos from Moxley and Orange Cassidy. A great promo by Hangman Adam Page. There was a lot of stuff to enjoy on this show. And then there was stuff I didn't like. That's why it got deducted 2 points. What was your MVP for this show?
Hey. I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley, actually. Felt like a star. I like the finish. A little too smiley, but you know what? He's actually happy, probably. So give him a pass. I'm going to go for Lashley.
And what you said before, the big benefit is that for a rare time for AEW, they were patient with the Bobby Lashley debut. They could have done this at Wrestle Dream, and the biggest benefit that they got of waiting is it gave them time to build up Shelton for a big matchup with Swerve here.
Great. Don't drop the ball. Shelton's getting a win next week over somebody.
Yeah, he should immediately get a win back on somebody. Put him in there with like a Shibata, someone who has a semi name that he can get another big win against and get him back on that level. But yeah, I would say good job there. And I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to give it to Bobby Lashley. I'll give it to the Hurt Syndicate overall, the co-MVPs, because Shelton Benjamin, like you said, another very good matchup for him on this show. MVP feels like he's the orchestrator of all of this, that he's been putting this all together, and that he had the backup plan that he just had to make the call to, and he came out ready. He was like, the plan A was Shelton beating Swerve. Plan B, let me make this call. And then Bobby Lashley comes out. So he feels like the orchestrator of it all. And then Bobby Lashley feels like the star of the group. So the Hurt Syndicate is my MVPs for the show. LVP, Jimmy.
Whoever their fucking continuity director is, I'm going to assume it's fucking Tony Khan. Because BCC and fucking the Bucks, ill. But, Coes. We're going with Tony Khan, as per usual. And I'm going with... I want to give it to Adam Cole. I do. I really do. I'm sorry. First of all, nigga looked yellow when he came out there. That's number one. Number two, he should have lost the fucking match via count out. And number three, the promo was ass. Enough. I'm sorry, Adam. Start saying no to some of these things. It'll work out better for you in the long run.
I'm trying to... Yeah, I can't give it to Adam Cole because I did like the match. I thought the match with Buddy Matthews was good. I'm going to give it to Christopher Daniels because, once again, he's completely worthless at his job.
Jeez.
Stop!
Supposed to do. He doesn't have any actual power. So Tony Khan.
And Jack Perry because he got punked.
What do you want?
Even though
He
his
looks
character,
like
his character came off the best it has. I will give it that.
So he looks like a little bitch. He is a little bitch. What do you want? What do you want? A little punk. You say bitch, but same thing.
And match of the night, I'm going to give it to Private Party versus the Young Bucks.
Sure. I value matches over promos here, but whatever. Sure. We'll give it to the
promo of the night. Go ahead, Jimmy.
I don't know. I don't have one.
I'll give it to Hangman.
Yeah, I don't want to because the Cinematic delivery bothers me. I don't know what it is. I always find this material fucking entertaining. It's weird.
It's like the opposite of Adam Cole.
Oh yeah, good lord. Punked. Yeah. Like I bought all of it. I buy Garcia as like half a bully. I buy Perry as a bitch. I just do.
Fair. All right, Jimmy, that brings us to a close on another edition of AEW Dynamite. Much better feelings coming out of this one than last week. Hopefully, they can keep it up next week as they go head-to-head with NXT. Am I asking you to watch NXT so we can review both shows next week?
You can ask whatever you like, sir.
You're not going to do it.
At least for the next week or so.
You're not going to watch NXT ECW One Night Stand?
I don't want to say a 10-woman tag.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm asking if you will watch it.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So we'll be reviewing both shows next.
It's on Tuesday, or they're both on Wednesday.
They're both on Wednesday.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be interesting. I think NXT still wins because of the network broadcast bump, but it's gonna be interesting. Them coming over to Wednesdays.
I'm gonna regret this. I should wait till the rating comes out this week. You know what? I'm gonna give AEW the win. 610 to 580.
Okay. I'm gonna give NXT the win. I'll give them 685 to 600K.
Okay, we'll see.
We'll see. All right, Jimmy, let everybody know where they can follow you on social media and when we will see you again.
You'll see me again next week because we do the show. So I'll fucking see you. 700K for who? Them niggas don't do 700K with nothing on. It's over. Where have you been, Power Driver Finisher? Have you not been paying attention? Mercedes 800K. That was a disappointment. All the way down to 680 every week now, and nobody says a peep. Nobody goes, oh, what an awful rare. You just go, huh? Yeah. That's right. 700 for what? You punk fuck somebody else up? You're gonna release the Eddie Kingston slapping shit out of Sammy footage? What are you talking about? 700K. Good
Drop
Lord.
the tape. Drop the tape.
Absolutely.
Drop the tape.
You should TMZ ass headline. Andrade attacks AEW wrestler.
Yep.
Some footage from fucking 2 years ago.
grab it. Sucio. Grab it, Sammy. Let everybody know what you got going on your channel then.
What am I doing on my channel? TV shows and movies. The Penguin, which is fantastic. All time.
Yes.
All time great TV show. If you love crime stuff or Batman or both or just good TV, it's fantastic.
Two of the best comic book shows are coming on at the same time right now. Because Agatha All Along is up there as far as Disney Plus.
I haven't seen it.
It's fantastic. It might be the best Disney Plus show. I got to see if they stick the landing when I watch the finale tonight, but the last episode was a masterpiece. It was a fucking masterpiece. So I'll be reviewing both of those shows over on True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment, probably me and Chrissy Love. So stay tuned for that in the next couple of weeks. But me and Jimmy will be back with you next Thursday reviewing both AEW Dynamite and WWE NXT. So join us for that. I will be back here live tomorrow. Well, not live tomorrow. I'll be live on Saturday following WWE Crown Jewel to review that show. I will also be live on Sunday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time, the True Heel Heat flagship podcast, breaking down this week in wrestling. But dropping tomorrow here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel will be our NJPW Power Struggle 2024 preview with me and Jay News. So be on the lookout for that. And you can also check out our WWE Crown Jewel 2024 preview with me and Maggie. Check out Rated Raw review with me and Romeo, breaking down this week's Monday Night Raw. But until then, for me and Jimmy, this has been AEWramble, episode 170, back in business. We are signing off until next time. Later, y'all.